Vocab intact, mind sublime. I react, contact, snap, break your spine. Keep that bullshit, only take what's mine. Every line, every rhyme says a test of time. Niggas are lose and fake like cartoons. Buffoons and straight jokes like National Lampoons. A season change couldn't come too soon. Fake dudes make fake moves, clear the room. Beast mode, Chicago Rilla. West side reside with jacks with cap pillars. Pretty streets for keeps got straight killers. Zombies run the night like a scene from Thriller. You gotta do more to survive right here. Be the leader of the pack or slide back to the rear. While you spitting hard garbage deep inside the ear, I'm making it clear that bullshit is over, nigga. Your end is here. It's here. It's here. Yeah, it's here, nigga.
All right. All right. Let's go. Yo. Yo. Tony,
Yo.
you still live? You're
think-
live there?
I think we're live. I'm sorry. I
we're
thought you
live.
assumed
We're
you were
good.
live. I was actually redoing my stuff up here so I have my notes because we got a lot of notes today.
worries.
Shit.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, honestly, we didn't really talk about this ahead of time, but we sort of have to do two things at once. We always do the COVID update at the beginning and also the Thursday night game. This actually is both at the same time, so I don't even know what drop to put because the game's about to start, and this game is full of COVID.
Yeah. I'm really surprised they didn't cancel this game with everything going on, or rescheduled it for Sunday to give them at least a couple more days to figure out what's going on. But, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I think we should just run right in through it.
All right, well, Thursday night. It's Thursday night, y'all.
Thursday night.
Just last second, putting everything together, cracking a beer. We're going to get through this together.
Yes, we are. Now, Packers and 49ers. Packers are 5-2, 49ers 4-4. Spread for this game is Green Bay -5.5. Over under 50. All right, now there's a few things in this
When did you
game,
check that, by the way? That spread?
earlier today.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure because I feel like it's been fluctuating a lot with it's like someone will get injured. I mean, there's a lot of people on San Francisco injured right now, and then I don't know. It seems like it's been fluctuating a lot.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they probably changed right after they activated their receivers today too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was a few hours ago. That wasn't even this morning. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of shit going on with this game. Injuries, COVID. It pretty much leaves this game kind of open for either one to take. Green Bay, obviously, with Aaron Rodgers, you're going to want to lean more towards that side. I don't want to because I'm a Bears fan and fuck Green Bay.
Green Bay, you can go fuck yourself.
Green Bay. Anyways. But yeah.
There's one thing you could always rely on in this show is shit talking Green Bay.
Yeah, totally. I'm totally for that. But yeah, this is gonna be a normal sloppy, shitty Thursday night game. It's routine as always for us. If these teams are both healthy and all playing, it'd be an awesome game to watch. But I'm not very excited about it at all. So yeah,
I honestly thought this was a good matchup before everything. I mean, let's get right into it. Big news, real quick, before we get too far into it, you still have 15 minutes to set your lineup. If you don't know this, Aaron Jones just recently was cleared. Get him into the lineup if you have him, because obviously he's one of your best players, but also, we're about to just jump into this, but Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon are out. A.J. Dillon tested positive, and Jamal Williams was just close to him.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep, correct.
So if you got Aaron Jones, throw him in. If you need a tight end, you can actually pick up what's his name? Freaking the tight end for San Francisco.
I don't know.
Why am I drawing a blank there?
There, you're back and nice and clear now. Oh, you're out again.
What's going on?
You were going in and out.
Oh.
Are you talking right now?
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was like, you're like doing what? Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you talk into the other side of your mic? Maybe it flipped around again. You sound distant.
Check.
Flip it around again.
Better. Check.
Okay, I don't know. You just sound far away. And the person I was thinking of is Jordan Reed. If Jordan Reed's available, he's a good spot start because there is no one to throw to in here on San Francisco's side.
Yeah, it's a big mess on San Francisco. They don't have nobody to throw the ball. They're starting Kevin White.
Did they actually activate him? I didn't see that.
Yes,
I know that they were out and he was one of the people who might. I didn't see. So welcome back to the NFL, Kevin White.
Yeah, I hope he does good. I hope he does good.
Dude, they have a lot of very injury-prone people on there. So
yeah, it's bad. Deebo Samuel's going to be out. Tevin Coleman's out for them. Jimmy Garoppolo's out, obviously.
Yeah, starting Nick Mullins today, which honestly, Nick Mullins this year has been playing almost as well as Garoppolo. So whatever.
Yeah. But he's got nobody to throw the ball to today. Except, has-beens or
Yeah, because, so Deebo Samuel was already injured. Brandon Ayuk was considered close contact with Kendrick Bourne, who actually had an all right game last week, but he COVID.
Yeah, COVID fucked him up.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's going to suck.
We'll have a lot more on the COVID side later, but we should just talk about this game and the fantasy implications.
Yeah. QBs. You want to go into QBs?
Yeah, sure. Aaron Rodgers, start him.
Yeah, start him. Don't start Nick Mullins. I would not do that at all. I'm even kind of scared to start Aaron Rodgers after what he did last week. He wasn't very special.
He still had an aura game. I feel like even when he's not good, he's still he's got a higher floor than a lot of people. I'm fine with starting Aaron Rodgers here. I wouldn't say he's my top pick, but if you have Aaron Rodgers, I don't know why you wouldn't just roll with him.
Yeah, I just don't like Green Bay. So, I'm not. Green Bay, yeah, I love that song. It's my favorite song right now. Running game. Okay, so Aaron Jones is playing. I think he's going to be limited. I think the only reason they started him is because they don't really have anybody else to kind of throw in there.
I mean, he was on the fence all week. I've been kind of monitoring him because Kristen has him in her league, but we'll never know if he would have been started if everyone else was able. But it was Tyler Ervin or was like the next guy up.
Yeah, and we don't know who he is. He's apparently going to get a lot of carries today too. They were talking about it on the NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
They said they'll probably split the carries between the two. So, I mean, we'll see how Aaron Jones' cap is doing. And, if he injures it again, that sucks for Green Bay because, they don't really – A.J. Dillon, who knows when he's coming back. I don't know.
Well, when your people go out for COVID, like the COVID is not consistent at all. Like a couple of the people who went out earlier in the year were out for a long time. And then as we'll get into the COVID section, there's a lot of people who just get put on the COVID IR for 5 days and then come back. So who fucking knows? But
who fucking knows? Exactly.
If you have Aaron Jones, you're starting him just because it's Aaron Jones, and of course you're not. The bigger interesting question is San Francisco.
It's a mess. Is it
JaMycal Hasty?
JaMycal Hasty, yeah. I was real interested at his name spelling today. I was like, am I saying his name right? In my head, I'm like, is he Jamaican?
I don't know anything about him.
The name sounds kind of Jamaican. Just out of curiosity. I don't know.
Just because they start with Ja?
Yeah.
Because everything.
Jamaica. Anyways.
I think you just offended our everyone watching in Jamaica right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of fans in Jamaica. Yeah.
We do. You don't know about that?
No, I had no clue. I should smoke more ganja with them.
Right? Yeah. We gotta. Well, apparently, I know we do not talk about politics on this show, but during this last election, now I think it's 30% of America has recreation marijuana now.
Yeah. I saw that like 7 or 8 states.
It's 15 states have recreation now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I like that. That was nice.
That's good for you. for the viewer at home, I don't smoke weed, but I don't care if you guys do. Go ahead.
Yeah. So San Francisco has Hasty and McKinnon. I'm not sold on any of these two.
See, on a regular game, I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, their offense is set up to, like, just whoever's back there will run well. They got so many injuries. I mean, actually, Kittle's underrated even as a blocker. I wonder how, like, Jordan Reed's not a blocker, so I'm kind of even wondering how that's going to go. But at this point, they're running on fumes, and with a quarterback that, you know, it's a second string quarterback, are they going to try to sell out to stop the run a little bit more? The other thing to know, though, Green Bay is not the best against the run, so I actually am starting Hasty in our COVID league, so whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I am.
I
meant to.
Because you beat me by a little bit in that COVID league last week, and I was really pissed off. Like 2 points, I think, or something. I was like, God damn it. I can't get a break at all this year.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm going to check to make sure that I'm actually playing him.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to receivers. You know, you got Green Bay's receivers. I mean, compared to what San Francisco is going to be putting on the field today, Green Bay obviously has a leg up on them. They got Devontae Adams, Tanyan, you know, who also lines up at tight end, but he also lines up at wide receiver. Valdez-Scantling. Those three right there, I think, are better than whatever San Francisco is putting on the field, which is Kevin White, James Taylor, and Carcraft.
I'm sorry, where are you? I was looking at my lineup. I realized I have 5 minutes to make this decision. Should I play Robert Tonyan or Jordan Reed? I have both of them here.
Tanyan, man. Tanyan.
See, I'm thinking
that. Or Reed. Reed might be the only one catching the fucking ball for.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like actually questioning this. It's like,
yeah. Maybe Tanyan. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd go Tanyan. He's a more sure bet. Reed just came off an injury, and I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, but Tanyan's man, this is tough. Oh, I got to make this decision now.
Yeah. So San Francisco, they just activated 3 guys: Kevin White, River Carcraft, or Kirkercraft. I don't know how to say that last name. It's fucked up.
River Carcraft.
Kirkcraft. Sounds like some kind of fucking
riverboat
name.
He's a riverboat, okay? It's a rivercraft. He's a boat. I don't know. Okay. I don't know who's fucking naming him. Just call him Boat.
I hope he can catch. And then they got Trent Taylor. And 2 of these guys were activated off the practice squad earlier today to play today. So we'll see how ready they are to catch balls. Anyways. Defense, special teams, you know, both of these teams should get some turnovers. Green Bay should probably get a couple interceptions from Mullins. He threw 3 already this season. San Fran as well. I think Rodgers is going to fumble because, I don't know, I want him to fumble, maybe.
All right. For the viewer at home, I went with Jordan Reed. That was my decision. Holy crap. Yeah. That's I got to start paying attention to my team instead of trying to prep for this show.
It's okay. All right. Cody picked the Packers to win this game.
Because honestly, you know, I don't want, you know, fuck the Packers.
Green Bay.
But like, it just seems like Green Bay was hit by some COVID news as well. But you know, just like the fact Aaron Jones was coming back and the people that they were missing were like Jamal Williams and Kamal Martin, who was a linebacker. Like and AJ Dillon. It just seems like they lost less. And I mean, we need Marty to call back in because he's our resident 49ers
he's
fan.
Not gonna call.
We need to just
gonna call today.
But we just need him to, like, what the hell's up with all the injury on San Francisco? I feel like San Francisco would be a great team right now.
Yeah.
But no, they can't stay healthy, so fuck it.
Yeah, but you know what? When Garoppolo was healthy, I was still not sold on him.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know about him. I'm just not sold on him at all. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's I picked the 49ers because I'm not picking the Packers ever to win a game.
You bet with your heart, always.
Bet with my heart.
And that's how you go broke.
Yep. That's why. Well, I don't put money on Packer games unless it's the Bears, and then that's the only time. But I don't try not to bet any money on Packer games.
You should especially not bet on the Bears versus the Packers, man.
Yeah, I try not to. Sometimes, my heart gets in the way.
All right, we need to get into this news. We're done with this game.
Yes.
The game's going to happen here, and we'll start talking about it once it goes live. But this is going to be a mouthful. A lot happened this week.
I got that pandemic.
All right, I'm going to try to just knock a couple of this out because we have so much. We talked a little bit about Green Bay and San Francisco, so let's just say, like, Monday, A.J. Dillon was put on the COVID list. Then Tuesday, Jamal Williams and Kamal Martin were considered high-risk contacts, said too close to game, they're out. Then Wednesday, that was when Kendrick Bourne tested positive. They closed the facility. Later that day, Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel all put on the COVID list. And now here we are, game starting. That's out of the way. All right. Rest of the shit.
You want me to do Tuesday?
Huh?
You want me to do Tuesday?
I mean, we could do it. I mean, like, a lot of people were put on stuff this week. Notable teams are Cardinals placed Byron Murphy and Devin Kennard. That was Monday. Ravens had a long one where Marlon Humphrey tested positive on Monday. Then Matt Jordan, all the linebackers was like Matt Jordan, Juden, Tyrus Bowser, Patrick Queen, LJ Ford, blah, 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 defensive backs, all of them put on the list. They might be actually able to come back. So be aware of the Ravens this weekend. The spread is actually really, really close on that if you're a bettor. But yeah, they're playing the Colts, I believe, right? I think the spread last I saw was Ravens by 2. That's a very close spread. Might be a good, but just, monitor that if you see any more positive tests. The Ravens' biggest advantage right now is their defense, but not if they don't have a secondary.
Nope.
Also Monday, the league is now considering a 16-team postseason if they have to do any more scheduling readjustments.
Oh my God, that's gonna be great.
Do you want to take your Chicago ones?
Oh, the Chicago one? Oh shit, yeah, sure. It started with offensive tackle Jason Spriggs. He tested positive on Tuesday, and then guard Jeremiah Fetty. He was sent on to go home because he's a high risk close contact. Now, on top of that, Cody Whitehair tested positive today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, so he's out.
They shut down the Hallis Hall after that, and so you guys are not practicing at your facility today.
Yeah, so they did, Zoom meetings and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it just adds a big dent into our offensive line. We'll get into that later, but yeah. Yeah,
and then my Lions, Tuesday found out Jared Davis, he tested positive, which, I wear a couple jerseys on here. He's one of them, so not wearing that jersey today because he's out. I usually also wear my Galladay jersey. He's out, so I'm wearing my Calvin Johnson jersey today because fuck it, everyone's out. But yeah, Jared Davis was put on Tuesday. Now the big one was Stafford was put on Wednesday, but the updating on that is he has not tested positive yet. He has been in close contact, so there is a chance he will play on this weekend. But just know, if you're playing any Lions, the team sucks without Stafford, and any real Lions fan loves to just bitch about how bad Stafford is until he's gone. So, yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Wow, you just got a lot louder.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you just got a lot louder. What happened?
Yeah, it was on my camera.
I thought it sounded weird. I was like, okay, yeah, it doesn't sound like you're on a mic. Now you're on a mic. Hey, technical difficulties.
All right, cool.
Drink.
Yeah, drink. Cheers.
Oh man, there's so many of them. Andy Dalton, like you cared, he was already out with concussions. Now he actually has COVID.
Yeah, he's got the COVID. Fuck it. Poor Andy Dalton. He's had a shitty time in Dallas, hasn't he?
Oh, this guy Phil Van on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah, what's up, Phil?
Phil?
Yeah.
Says Stafford out. He says that Yahoo shows Stafford as out for COVID.
Yep.
That is technically true, but the way that the COVID IR works is when you get put on it, if you test positive if you test clear 3 times, you can be pulled off of it on time for a game if you were within 5 days, and that is within the 5-day window. So theoretically, if he tests negative until Sunday, he can be pulled off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, and he also says, "What up? Cheers."
What's up?
Yeah.
Call us.
Yeah, but as of right now, you shouldn't plan on Stafford playing. But as a Lions fan, I'm monitoring and hoping because, I'm going to get into it later, but the Lions are this close from firing their coach, and they're not going to win without Stafford.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's see what happens. That's later in the episode, though.
Yeah. We're both mad at our coaches, I think.
Well, they both should be yelled at. Oh, I didn't notice the game started. So, yep.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones already carrying the ball.
Reception. 1 reception.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah. He's already seen some action.
Yeah.
Now he's running the ball, and he's got a full. Oh shit! He got yanked by the fucking helmet, and he slammed. Damn! Watch the replay on that. He slammed his head to the ground after he got tackled.
You sound too happy about that. I need to
I
pull up.
love it.
I need to pull up my the text messages I sent to you where I said Stafford's out, and you're like LOL back to me, and it's like fuck you, dude.
Come on, man. I gotta hate what I can. I'm having a
This
horrible
is a
year.
human being we're talking about.
Whatever.
Dude.
He'll be fine. He's got millions.
Oh
He's
man, we're
good.
not even like halfway through this. Let's go on to the Broncos. So Tuesday, John Elway, the GM and the CEO, John Ellis, tested positive. Wednesday, Shelby Harris was put on COVID reserve 19, said he was negative so far, but he was exposed to it. I'm wondering if he had a talk, with the GM or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So be aware of that one.
Yep. Stay away from your GM.
Tampa Bay had Will Ghostin was put on the COVID list, but he already had COVID during the offseason. Apparently he's exposed to someone with the virus. Who knows on these antibodies even work, but they're just keeping him out of the facilities because they're afraid of him spreading it.
Yeah.
Colts had a staffer. Teams moving on as normal. Texans shut down their facility today, because a player tested positive. Kansas City practiced in person this morning, then closed the facility after a staff member tested positive. Then later that day, or today, put Chris Jones on the list. I think this is too close for Chris Jones. He's going to be out. That actually hurts their defense a lot.
Yeah.
And Raiders, this one I think is the worst. Did you read about this Trent Brown stuff at all? I've read the whole thing.
No, I didn't.
So 2 weeks ago, Trent Brown was on the COVID list. Today he went back on the list saying still experiencing the complications from the virus. So he was taken off of it last week, but he missed last week's game because of an IV mishap where they put in an IV pre-game trying to get him able to play because I guess he was having some complications from the virus or something like that. He's still like a little bit weaker. And apparently like air bubbles got into his like stream and they had to go take him to the hospital and shit. So
What the fuck?
Oh, and Pac-Man says shots, and it's like, yeah, you can call in because we fixed the theoretical reason you couldn't hear drummer. We would love to test that out. So if you call us in, we'll do shots with you because we are done with the COVID update.
I got that pandemic.
Touchdown Green Bay. Devontae Adams.
Ooh, I think I just won money on that. I think I made a bet earlier today. I'm pretty sure I did. First person score. I can't remember if that went through or not. I tried for that, though. I hope I got it.
It's there. He's got it. Oh, yeah, that's a touchdown. Wow. Motherfuckers.
Shit, did I close the...
Close the what?
I just told him to call in. Oh, I'm trying to find Google Voice. There's my Google Voice.
Oh, okay. You found it?
Yeah. Don't worry, everyone. I found my Google Voice. So yeah, Pac-Man call in. We'll do a dial a shot, or you can always dial a shot us, or you can always call us, talk fantasy, or do a shot with us if you're lonely at home.
Yeah. We're up for it.
Yeah. But yeah, the number's down there. Zoom. You can just join our Zoom. Yeah, we're done with talking that. You want to get through this news?
Yes.
We just have so much this week, and it's just kind of like overwhelming. I kind of wanted to get to actually talking football.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly through this real quick. All right. I'm not. Bam. You got. Scream at me if you want to chime in, Cody.
I always do, man. I always do.
All right. Miami. Myles Gaskin. He's out with MCL sprain, out for up to 3 weeks. He's been placed on the IR.
Yeah.
Seattle.
You didn't put all the rest of that stuff, but it sounds like backup people having injuries too, and that's kind of a muddy subject. I personally staying away for it with the rookie quarterback and all that stuff, but Miami is starting to look better. If you need a fill-in person, go to Miami because they're available. Actually, maybe not available after waivers, but still, yeah.
Seattle, Demontre Moore, defensive lineman. He was suspended for 6 games, violating NFL policy, performance-enhancing substances. Wide receiver, Philip Dorsett. He's got a foot issue. He underwent successful bone spur surgery, and his return remains questionable for the rest of the year. Carlos Hyde is out. Chris Carson, who missed Week 8's matchup against the 49ers, he will not test his foot until this Friday's practice. So you won't know if he's going to play this week until he practices through Friday. So, and then they added Alex Collins to their practice squad. I don't know if anybody remembers him, but I think he was with Washington and did pretty decent over there. LA Chargers. Joey Bosa entered the league's concussion protocol. Well, I don't know if he's going to play.
Actually, I somehow missed that one, and I'm just looking at that now, and a lot of people like to go to the Chargers every so often for, like, they're a good fill-in defense sometimes. I feel like Chargers defense is falling apart. They got the Raiders this week, right?
Yeah.
Start your Raiders.
I had them a while ago, and I dropped them, and I think you picked them up.
Is this Pac-Man?
Yes, sir. You know it.
Best Pac-Man.
Yes.
What's up, Pac-Man? Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you this time.
We fixed it! Yay!
You fixed it. Thank you, Cody.
Holy, how we doing?
Oh, man.
Ass whooping this week?
What'd you say?
Said the ass whooping a good drummer.
Oh, you're playing drummer this week?
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
I got my money on you because drummer can't seem to find a win anymore, so...
No, I can't fucking win shit anymore. I don't know. It sucks.
Well, you got Adams playing right now, don't you?
I got who?
You got Adams playing right now?
I think Adam has Adams because I remember having to say that during one of the shows where it's like Adams playing Adams and things like that.
I am playing Adams. Sorry, I am playing
Adams.
Oh, are you confused because because he has your picture for
and for the viewer at home, for the viewer at home, in their show league, our friend Adam took the picture of when drummer poured spilled his beer on his laptop.
I didn't pour it. I spilled it.
Oh, yeah, that's his profile pic. So I can understand where you'll be confused.
That's what so I'm playing Adam. Yeah, okay. Damn it.
Well, actually, that might be good. Okay. He's been setting his lineup the last few weeks, but he's been known to not set his lineup. So we'll see if he.
Well, I think last time I checked, he's predicted to win. So, lots of times when I've been playing all this so far this year, I've always been predicted to lose. So I'm going by that. So
he has Davante Adams. I'm looking right now playing, and Davante Adams already has 36 yards and a touchdown. So with a half-point PPR, he is already at 10.10 points.
Yeah.
Yep.
Salty.
Yep. That sounds about right. We'll see. I'm not worried. But I got a shot ready, though.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at the bar already, so I'm having a shot.
Oh, you're at Richmond's?
Yes, sir.
What is the law on that? Like, I'm sorry to do this on air, but I was actually curious because I thought they like shut down like all restaurants and bars or something. That's the last I heard.
It's a private club now.
It's yeah, it's open. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Going to say that.
Well, if you guys need a drink, apparently there's a bar open in Chicago. It's over on Grand somewhere. Just drive past it.
Yeah. Maybe they'll open the door. Maybe they won't.
Oh, you're lucky I don't
Cheers,
have a lot
Pac-Man.
of viewers.
Yeah.
Cheers, Pac.
So. You got your shot ready?
Oh yeah, I already cheers. I didn't take the
Yeah.
sip yet, so cheers, man.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Oh man, that was good. That was funny.
I am really curious how people are navigating this shit because it's getting weird. We just did like 15, 20 minutes just on how many players in the NFL have COVID right now. So I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, there's so many right now. Like every week, I see like, oh, I got to put that guy on fucking injury shit. So like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, I had to text you earlier today because you had Brandon Ayuk in it. I was like, dude, just so you know, he's got COVID. Take him out of your starting lineup.
I was trying to fix it, and that's when you texted me like, oh, I was already doing it, but thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, that was because I was looking at your roster because I was trying to make some trades, which we actually did do a trade. If we want to talk about that,
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind that trade. I don't mind that trade at all.
Yeah, that was a gamble on my part. I gave away Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who may or may not start losing some carries.
What?
Yeah. Well,
what?
Yeah.
How did I miss this? What?
You didn't see this trade? It's in the notes.
No.
Yeah, it's on there. It's on there. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you give me Cooks. You gave me the guy from KC. Then
yeah,
I think tight end.
Yeah,
right?
we swapped tight ends. I wanted Darren Waller. You got
Mm-hmm.
Jared Cook, which in my opinion, Darren Waller's just a little bit better than Jared Cook. I also gave you Marvin Jones, which in my defense I had just picked up off of waivers. So yeah, that's always good. But
that was fine.
But there was a bidding.
I don't worry about that. But
yeah, there was a bidding war for Marvin Jones. So I mean, it's not like that was a nothing.
Yeah.
But I got Chris Carson, who you've been holding on to all year because he's been injured and not really helping you. So
yeah, he's been solid. So that's why I'm like I don't mind giving up. Me and Jones were talking about that, trading, but he was giving me some weird fucking shit that wants to trade. So like, yeah, I can't take that. That's dumb if I take that trade. So that's not gonna work.
Yeah, the way I see it is,
so
this trade's fair because everyone in this trade's good. I don't think that anyone in this trade sucks. So
no.
I'm fine with it. I think I might have overpaid for the players I wanted, but I'm already thinking for playoffs, and these are the people I want for my playoffs. So
there you go. Yeah, that's always
That's
bad.
That's a very interesting trade.
Well, what do you think of it?
I don't know. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if I would have done that, Cody.
I'm the one who instigated it.
He risked more. I didn't mind that trade, so I'll take it.
Because I think Cody. I think.
But
I mean, Cody. I think you won this trade, but I'm just nervous about the Clyde Edwards-Helaire thing because I think even with Bell back, I think he's still gonna knock shit out, man.
I mean, so pretty much Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to still get a lot of carries, and he's on an offense that will just keep going. They put up so many fucking points. They're like, I wouldn't worry about him. I'm more looking from a per game basis. I think Chris Carson can get me more points. I have a really good team, and that's why I did the 3-4-2 thing. Is I'm trying to consolidate. I think Darren Waller is a little bit more boomer bust. Like Jared Cook, he's going to get you a solid floor every week. He just gets targets. Darren Waller can get you that 20-point game, and that's what I'm chasing for the playoffs. Is like I need that person who might be able to get me. Like I've been in the playoffs, I've won enough championships to know once you get to the playoffs, you need something that just puts you over because everyone in the playoffs is good. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Chris Carson's kind of injured right now too with his foot. He's been kind of banged up.
Yeah, but he's coming back.
Yeah, no, but he hasn't really played a full game. Like I mean,
he'll be back eventually. Like again, I'm looking for the playoffs. I'm in second place.
He's playing a long game.
Yeah, I'm in second place right now. When you're in second place, you start making decisions for the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in second place in quite some time, so maybe you're right. I don't know.
See,
I'm pretty hot right now, so I'm like where I'm at right now too. So
yeah, you won like the least or last 3 in a row or something like that, right?
No, 4.
4 in a row?
Yeah, because I lost my first 4 games, and now I'm 500. So bam.
All right, I feel like you guys are rubbing it in now. I really do.
Hey, he's on a 4.
I can finally hear you, so yeah, I can rub it in.
God damn it. Shit.
You know, drummer, shit talking's for winners. All right.
Yeah, I noticed. Anyways.
All right, we'll get back to the game, boys.
All right, say hi to Jeff if Jeff's there.
Yeah, we'll do that, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
Have a good one.
Right.
See you, Pac-Man.
All right, later, gentlemen.
Bye.
All right, back to the news because these two are showboating over here. Houston. Tight end Jordan Atkins, ankle, and he's got a concussion. He returned to practice on Monday.
So if you didn't see our trade earlier, did you see that last move that really took me off guard? Boogie Nights in our league dropped Jordan Reed an hour before game time, right after he was activated. I think it was because he had to drop someone off of IR to pick up Jordan Atkins, which I thought was a very interesting move because I actually think Jordan Reed's probably going to put up more points this week.
Probably, yeah. Probably. But yeah, he should be back. He should be playing this weekend. So he's got him. So that's good. Indy, the Colts. T.Y. Hilton, he's got groin problems. Looks more and more like he's not going to play this weekend from everything I'm reading. Jonathan Taylor, he's dealing with a small ankle issue. He was able to practice yesterday and today, so that's a good sign. New Orleans, Michael Thomas, he returned to practice again today. Or yesterday and today. We'll see if he can stay in practice and be able to play. We'll see how that goes. New England, they signed Dante Moncrief to the practice squad on Wednesday, so he might be called up soon. Like anything could save fucking New England. I don't think anything can right now.
Well, I mean, that at least Dante Moncrief is at least a name you've heard before. New England needs anyone. Just anyone at this point.
Yeah, they need a lot of help. Denver, everyone seems healthy except Sutton. He's on the IR for the rest of the season. We've been talking about that for a while. Washington, Jordan Reed. Wait a minute. Did I put that for Washington? That's San Francisco. Anyways, let's skip over that one.
He used to be with Washington, if you remember correctly.
I know. I think that's why I wrote it twice, because anyways, Tampa Bay, Chris Godwin, 50-50 chance of playing. He was limited the last 2 days. Antonio Brown is officially activated. He was officially activated on Tuesday. He's probably going to play this weekend. Coach Aaron said he's going to play between 8 to 30 snaps this game. He was kind of really vague about it and wasn't sure how much game action he wanted to let people know he was going to be out there, though. Arizona, Kenyon Drake. I feel relief after this, but he missed Wednesday's practice with his ankle injury again. He has a ligament tear in his ankle, so he's probably going to miss practice the rest of this week. He's probably not going to play this week. But he has not been ruled out yet.
He's going to be back at some point, but at some point, do you really trust Kenyon Drake? Obviously, you don't because you just traded him away. But he's,
yeah.
I think it was smart for you to trade him away.
Yeah. I had to do something. I had to get something for him. We'll talk about that in a little while. But I think it was a good trade for me. But yeah, we'll get into that later. The Jets, an MRI taken of Sam Darnold's shoulder showed that the third-year quarterback aggravated the injury he suffered earlier this season. But he's not really fantasy relevant, so we can skip over that. Carolina, Matt Rule says the plan for McCaffrey is to practice, and he has in full. He says he looks good cutting and sprinting, but he's probably going to be eased into this weekend.
Which they should do. Mike Davis has been playing really fucking well.
Yeah,
ease him
exactly. Yeah, so they're going to ease McCaffrey, and they're not going to rush him or anything. Mike Davis is playing good. So, like, if you got McCaffrey, of course you're going to start him, but don't expect anything crazy because they're going to ease him in. So, Jacksonville, Doug Marrone told reporters on Monday that rookie Jake Luton will start Week 9 versus the Texans. Minshew, who, shattered his thumb, will be inactive probably this week and next week. The Dallas Cowboys are considering starting Cooper Rush over Ben DiNucci in Week 9 against the Steelers. Good luck to that kid, whichever one starts.
Cowboys are a hot mess right now.
Dude, oh my God, they're so fucking sad to watch. It's a horror story. Dalton's still on reserve COVID, and he's out dealing with a concussion as well. We talked about his miserable year. He's probably wishing he never signed with Dallas. The Giants, Devontae Freeman looks like he's going to be back. Pittsburgh is still undefeated. I'm very happy about them right now. We'll talk about that later in this trade.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what? Like, because I'm actually happy. Like, I'm not sure if you know this, but I kind of consider Pittsburgh my AFC team just because my father-in-law loves the Steelers. And I was like, screw it. I need an AFC team. And I started following them a little bit more a few years ago.
Yeah. Teams that are on bye, Cleveland, Rams, and Cincinnati and Philly. News for Cleveland, Austin Hooper, he's probably going to be back Week 10 against the Texans. Myles Garrett, probably again Week 10 will be back, so their defense will be shored up again. Myles Garrett is a huge piece for their D. And that's it. No other news for us, Cody. We're done with news right now. We could talk about trades and stuff.
Oh man, did that go through here? That was not supposed to just immediately come up here.
Oh, you gotta go pee?
No, I told you that while you were doing stuff that I was going to I was going to try to cue that up so I'd have it ready for later. We got a trade question though. Let's just say that was the end of the news. Cool. Yeah, we'll get rid of this trade question. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, and Zach Moss and CeeDee Lamb. Wow, there's a lot of people involved with this trade. So try to keep these straight, all right? Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, Zach Moss, and CeeDee Lamb for Josh Jacobs, Cooper Kupp, Will Fuller. This person has Derrick Henry, Bell, Gus Edwards for running back, and Adam Thielen and DK and Hollywood man, there's too many names for. Okay, so
I hate these big trades. I hate them. I can't stick with them.
So as far as the Clyde Edwards-Helaire,
what is he looking for? What does he need?
So I guess obviously what he was saying with the running backs, he has Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is his number one running back. The Bell, Gus Edwards as his second running back isn't the strongest, so losing the depth of Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Zach Moss is going to suck, but he will get Josh Jacobs, which I think is better than either of them. So
yeah,
for being able to do your final starting lineup, you'd rather have Josh Jacobs, in my opinion. So he'd be moving up there. He just would lose depth. And I guess with having the other people on his bench, he'll probably be fine as we're getting out of a lot of the buys.
No.
And then I guess as far as wide receivers goes, is Justin Jefferson, who I'm loving as a young rookie, for Cooper Kupp and Will Fuller, which that's definitely stronger at wide receiver.
Yeah. Oh man, this trade is everywhere.
Oh, so he just said make this easier on you. More faith in Josh Jacobs or Clyde Edwards-Helaire rest of the year. I say Josh Jacobs. Yeah.
Josh Jacobs. Yeah.
By far.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, listener.
I'm sorry. We're just trying to. There's too many names there. I think that's actually not a bad trade. Like we just had to process it.
Yeah. Like I can't look at it. Like I have to look at it.
Yeah.
See with that many names.
We need to get you on the chat. I keep forgetting that we have to find a way for you to be able to read the chat over there.
Yeah.
But
So speaking of trades, Tennessee and the Chargers.
Oh yeah, this was the trade deadline.
Yeah, the trade deadline was 3 p.m. Central Time this past Tuesday. The Titans traded their 6th-round pick in exchange for Desmond King. He's the defensive back. Not a huge splash trade, but it's nevertheless makes their defense a little better. San Francisco, New Orleans had a trade. 49ers traded linebacker Quan.
Yeah, it's Quan Alexander.
Sorry, I have to check. I don't know why. I'm bad with names.
You gotta be more confident in this. You got this. Come on, what's the next one? It was for
Kiko Alonso.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, another linebacker. They traded linebackers and a 5th-round pick. Miami, Kansas City. Dolphins acquired running back DeAndre Washington and a 2021 7th-round pick via trade from the Chiefs for a 2021 6th-round pick.
Yeah, that one's totally a depth thing, but DeAndre Washington's actually a good depth running back. He used to be with the Lions for a hot minute. It's actually he was with I think then he was Vegas and then Kansas City, but he's a good fill-in, not a starter. Good depth.
And the Dolphins need him because Gaskins is going to be out for a while. So Miami and New England also had a trade. Dolphins 3rd-year wide receiver Isaiah Ford has been traded to New England. Nothing noted from New England, probably a 6th or 7th-round pick or something like that. So that was that.
Oh, I missed this. I was looking up here. It said, sorry to bother you guys. You're not bothering us. This is what we're doing. This is bothering us. We spend every Thursday answer this. It's not bothering. But it says, do you think Josh Jacobs' illness is COVID related? So we went through this before, which you never paid me my $1 on that bet. I don't think.
I'll sell it to you in a minute, okay?
That's not a big deal. The thing is, I don't think that was COVID related because the illnesses so far, if it's COVID, they immediately are able to put them on the COVID list and they can shuffle around linemen. And I had to go back up in the notes just today. They put Trent Brown on. So like the Raiders are reporting their COVID listings. Now with that, like, I guess there could be some internal crap because I mean, the Raiders a few weeks ago with the COVID, bunch of people not having masks. I mean, something could come out later, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. If it was COVID, there might be hiding it just so we could play this weekend. And so therefore I would assume that he's playing this weekend, even if it is COVID. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I don't know. I wouldn't throw past Gruden to fucking try to hide that shit. He looks kind of shady.
Well, I mean, the Raiders already have proven that they don't care about COVID. I mean, the stuff they were in a few weeks ago, there's varying degrees of how serious teams are taking it. Doesn't seem like the Raiders are. They're like, we'll play with or without COVID.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry too much about that. As far as whatever the illness is, who knows? They haven't said, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's Thursday. He'll probably be fine by Sunday, and that's my guess.
Yeah, he better be. I got him in a league the only league that I'm winning right now, and damn if I'm gonna fucking lose because he's got fucking COVID and he's pretending he doesn't.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my big play of the week, JaMycal Hasty, just got a -1 yard carry. Yeah.
There you go.
Killing it.
Boy.
1 carry for -1 yard so far this game.
Yeah. McKinnon's got 14 yards.
Shut up.
Anyways, Cody, it's time for our safe bets.
Oh, wait, hold on real quick. You got back to us. It says he's going to accept trade. If Jacobs is out, do I start Bell or Gus? Gus is 100% dependent on if Ingram plays because there's a chance Ingram can come back. Part of me feels like even with it, Le'Veon Bell might still be a play just because I think they're going to be easing him in.
Yeah. They're throwing the ball to him too. Like they're going to throw him, so he's going to get some good yardage. Kansas
City just bleeds points. I kind of feel like Ravens are playing the Colts, right? Which the Colts have an amazing defense.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good game I was eyeing earlier. We're about to get into our bets for the week, our picks of the week, and I was actually looking at the under, even though it was like 40s something. The Ravens defense, if all those people I listed earlier, their whole secondary who are out right now for COVID-related exposure, if they're playing, it's two of the best defenses against each other. I don't see there being a lot of points there. So, yeah, I would probably lean Bell over Gus.
Yeah, I think, Kansas City's got fucking, where the hell are they? They got Carolina.
Yeah, they're going to put up points.
Yeah, they're going to put up mad points, and I think Bell's going to be spelling Hilaire a lot towards the end. Bell might get a lot of garbage points, so.
It's just Kansas City. I hate to bet against them because on any given week, some guy you never heard of might just put up 100 yards just because Andy Reid's feeling saucy that day. They just put up so many points that them and Seahawks. That's part of the reason I traded for Chris Carson just now. Is like they put up so many points. I just want to be a part of them running up points.
Yeah, totally. I'm with Cody on that. All right, you want to get into safe bets now, Cody?
Yeah, safe bets.
Safe bets.
Oh, fuck. We never asked Donuts for his picks this week.
It's all right. He gave up in our league anyway.
Yeah. On a regular week, we have a third person giving in picks, but they apparently only have 2 wins in our fantasy league and decided to delete the app, and that's usually where we would ask him in the chat for his picks. So, Donuts, if you're watching, I know you sometimes do.
No.
You can give us some picks, but you haven't been doing the best either. So,
yeah. All right, so,
last week he picked the Packers. Packers to win with the spread of 7, and then they lost by 6. Not that anyone would have doubted him last week on that pick, but
totally
can't be advising.
And then he had the Rams Raiders on the money line. The Rams lost and the Raiders won, so he lost both of his bets.
Yep.
And then Cody, you picked KC
because I wanted to win
2,000.
That one shouldn't even count because my Saints bet lost.
Yeah, your Saints bet did lose.
I just thought they could cover, and your stupid Bears, your Bears still lost, but you covered the spread. What are you doing here?
That was pretty funny. I was like, fuck you, Cody. Fuck the Bears. Fuck you. Anyways, then my picks, I had prop picks. I lost on both. And it was stupid. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns, and Tennessee win. Henry only had 1 touchdown, and Tennessee lost. And then I had the under on the Chicago-New Orleans game at 43.5. And, of course, it was fucking 49. Should have bet the over. And yeah, we all did bad on our bets last week, so maybe don't listen to us for bets. But this week is going to change, right, Cody?
I say that every week, but
this is week we both got to say it. We both got to believe. We got to know.
I said that last week, and I can't believe it. But
we got to know.
I feel pretty good about this week's bets.
I don't know.
Did you look at my bets? Tell me what you think of them. So I'm picking the Ravens -2. They're playing the Colts. The Colts are playing all right, but I just watched them play my Lions. And yes, they destroyed my Lions. Whatever. The Lions suck. I will get more into that game later. I think that a lot of that was my coaching. But I'm not my coaching, the Lions coaching. They're my team, damn it. I take ownership. But
I feel you.
But the Ravens, I think they haven't really been coming along on offense completely. I still feel like they can put up points against the Colts, and their defense is the kind of defense that I think can take advantage of the Colts. Phillip Rivers likes to throw interceptions and stuff. I don't know. I just have a feeling that the Ravens, if that whole linebacker secondary core gets to play, all bets are off, in my opinion, if you see that they're still on the COVID list.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if they have all their players on Sunday, I say Ravens can totally cover a 2-point spread.
And then you got the Seahawks -3, huh?
Yeah, I have a lot of faith in the Seahawks this year. Their defense kind of sucks, but, Russ is cooking. And, they just keep fucking putting up points. And it's who can keep up with that? It's the Bills. The Bills have a good defense. They've been honestly pretty good on offense, but I don't think they can keep up with the Seahawks. I don't know.
Yeah. See, one of my picks is Josh Allen rushing for 2 touchdowns and a Buffalo.
2 rushing touchdowns?
2 rushing touchdowns and for Buffalo to win.
Why do you always contradict my picks? You think Buffalo's going to straight up win that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
might not be by a lot.
Adam apparently is trying to get in Zoom, and I'm always not looking over at that screen. Yeah, that's why I make you co-host. You're supposed to help me out.
What's up, Adam? Is that a picture, or are you there?
I don't have a visual on him yet.
I have a picture, I think, of him.
Yeah, we don't have a camera.
All right, and then my other pick is Kyler Murray rushing 2 touchdowns.
Oh, hey.
There he is.
I was about to send another text.
What's up, buddy?
Not much.
Yeah,
I haven't called in a minute. So
yeah,
I figured I'd say hey.
I'm really sorry that I'm not looking at that screen a lot, and that's the only way. And
I'm sorry. I keep not paying attention to when something pops up on the Zoom thing for you to let you in. I apologize, Adam.
All good.
My bad.
All good.
How you doing,
so
buddy?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. Just trying to distract myself from the ongoing chaos on the television.
Did they announce the winner yet? Because all they got is Spanish channels right now. They're showing old Spanish movies on their TV over here.
Honestly, I don't even know. I just stopped following what's going on. Saw that you guys were. It was Thursday. Fucking weeks are going by way too fast.
Yeah, totally. I agree.
I don't even know what's going on in football anymore. I don't even know how I haven't done like any waiver moves in the league at all for set your lineup. I'm like such a bad participant.
Yeah, no, you're doing good because of Devontae Adams, who already has like let me see. He had like 13 points for you already or something. Where is he? No, you have 11.7 points already from Devontae Adams. He's had a bunch of touchdowns the last couple of weeks. That's why you're winning. It's that and Mahomes. Mahomes, like, I do the breakdown every week. It's Mahomes and Adams that's just carrying you through every week. And you're like 400. I mean, you're 500 right now. You could still make the playoffs very easily.
I know.
It pisses me off because you're not even fucking trying. You're not even fucking trying. And I'm getting my ass kicked every fucking week. It's so infuriating.
Oh, and
dude, that's what I love about
and shout out to Megan Lennon.
Like, I'm basically Taco.
Real quick, shout out to Megan Lennon. She's watching. Apparently, she says, "Miss and love you guys, and we miss you too."
Oh, hey, miss you too. Hey, there's like a weird delay. I think you guys are hearing me like seconds later or something. I don't know.
I mean, there's always a slight delay.
Oh, okay. Do you guys want to do a shot?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Also, Megan, if you're watching, you can always call in and do a dial a shot as us too. There's a Zoom right there or a phone number.
Yeah, dial a shot. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. We're here for fantasy
I am,
advice.
but should we wait for Megan?
I don't know if she's coming in or not.
We can do another one when she comes. We can do another one.
She said thanks. She says thanks for the shout out, but she doesn't say if she's coming on for a dollar shot or not. Yeah, but that's what we're here for is fantasy football advice, and if you need a shot. So honestly, how I love to spend my Thursday nights watching football. I'm watching football off my cell phone right now because it was last week causing issues with all my screens. And just talking to you guys.
Wait, what's
Oh, Megan is on her way.
Thursday night on.
So I actually been watching it. It's on NFL Network usually, but I think it might be on Fox tonight as well.
Yeah.
Or something, but it's also on Amazon
I don't want to
Video.
pay for NFL Network.
It's on Fox too.
I don't know. I just looked down there and
Amazon.
it said Fox on the icon, so it might be on Fox. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Fucking
All right. Well, let's do the shot. Who's it?
Well, it says
what's
wait.
the shot for?
Megan says she's coming in, but I was going to hold on.
Oh, my bad.
We could talk about what you want to do a shot for. I mean, we could just do
You doing a shot for Biden?
No,
he votes third
I'm
party.
doing-
You know that.
I just fucking with you.
I'll do a shot for Joe Jorgensen, Libertarian.
She needs it.
All right.
Hey, she beat Kanye, right? And that's the important thing. As long as she beat Kanye.
Did she?
Actually,
Did she?
I actually didn't
No,
look at that, but I assumed.
Listen,
I bet you.
Kanye got like 60,000 votes.
But the question is, did Kanye beat Vermin Supreme? That's the one I didn't look up.
No.
yeah, I didn't see those numbers. I didn't know there was access to these numbers.
Oh yeah,
But
there's
he
somewhere.
lost.
Actually,
these nuts beat Kanye though.
D's nuts.
That guy. Yeah.
D's
that one
nuts
that does
plus
every
every
year. These nuts.
I was friends with Vermin Supreme on Facebook for a while.
I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I find him hilarious.
Yeah. No, I think he might have turned his page and like it was a regular like friend page where you could have like 5,000
okay,
friends.
so yeah,
And then,
I got
think
his
he, like,
fans
did,
only
like, a
page.
purge.
You got his fans only page.
Where's Megan
I
at
don't
the
think
shots?
you know what that means.
Huh? You don't know what that
I don't
means?
know. No, I'm saying I don't think you know what that means.
So it Hood Rats do
Oh,
that
there's
shit.
Megan. Where is it?
All right,
Hey, Megan.
Megan!
Hey!
Where's it going? There we go. Got the 4 up. Cheers! How you been?
Cheers!
Hey, Megan.
Hi.
All right. Sounds like you got our show. Can you turn our show down because it's going to keep having the replay?
I turned it off.
Thanks.
All right.
How you been, Megan?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, we're living in the pandemic times, doing our
Yeah.
silly show, watching football. 7-3 Green Bay.
And I listen like literally all the time.
Well, why do you never call in? We
Really?
always like doing these dial-a-shots.
Yeah.
Usually I'm grading, but I'm not
Ah.
grading currently. Currently I'm doing this.
Is it because it's like I know Kristen, they had to get all the grades in, so I guess the quarter was over for her tomorrow, or is that?
Yeah, quarter ended for me. What's today? Thursday, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
quarter ended yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grades were due yesterday. Quarter ended Friday. Grades were due yesterday. So
Well,
yeah. So
funny story. One of my son's teachers his music teacher entered in all the wrong grades for another kid to my son's thing, and I got the Aspen app, and it said my son had an F in music, and I was like, what the fuck? And I flipped out. I feel so bad. I flipped out on my kid. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't you do any of your assignments? This and that. He's like, I was just talking about I did everything. I emailed the teacher, like, what the hell is this? How come I didn't get any notifications of him not doing his work and all this other stuff? Like, what the hell? How am I supposed to? I had a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
And
But
then,
but as always,
let me assure you that so did the teacher as soon as you were like, what the fuck?
but as always, we got to
Holy
give a
shit.
shout out to his kid's science teacher because he's got Donna right now as his science teacher.
Donna,
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
Oh, that's
cool.
cool.
Very cool.
Hey,
Second best science teacher
oh man.
right here.
Yeah.
Number 1 science teacher, Hot Donna.
So Adam, you were asking what we're doing shots to. I think it's hey, end of quarter. It's been a hell quarter of what I've seen for teachers and students and parents. I don't know.
The teachers.
I mean, I just added everything else. It just seems, I don't think this is the way that people wanted to learn.
No.
No,
I'm tired
definitely
of
not.
it.
Yeah.
Tired of it. Done.
So, hey, to the end of the quarter, good job, everyone. Cheers.
Quarters. Cheers.
Cheers.
Attention, guys.
Woo.
Yeah, man, that shit freaked me out, man. Poor kid was so scared he was getting in trouble. I was ready to pull his PlayStation out of his room.
Also, it's just like your person who, like, we know each other from being in a band together. It's just like, how does your student flunk music?
Yeah, exactly. But teacher's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, I had all of the grades confused. He was showing up for another kid, and another kid was showing up for all my grades were messed up. I was like, well, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's high school. They look at these grades for high school. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Give my kid a fucking F in this. So, yeah. Oh, but that was over. It's fixed. I don't know.
Yeah, now you got to get him like a video game or something.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's like,
Whenever I talk to him, he has every video game. He's fine on video games.
yeah.
No,
He
I'm
has
just
more
sucking.
video games than I do, and I'm an adult who could buy my own video games.
No, I got that $10 a month thing. So what he does is he downloads all the free games, and then he gets tired of them, deletes them out. Then he gets the new games every month, and he's for $10, it's worth it.
It's like a Game Pass thing.
Yeah, it's like a Game Pass thing, and you can buy the game and you can play it as long as you want, and so.
Yeah, they have that for EA. They have that for EA now. You can like get all like the new EA games for like $10 a month or $5 a month. You just download them.
I did that last year because I didn't want to buy Madden. I just wanted to play it for a month, and it worked good for the month I played Madden.
Right. It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
So what else is good, Megan?
Nothing, just grading and teaching physics, and I go back to school on Tuesday, like back in building.
Oh, you guys are live in
shit.
person now? I find that impressive seeing how the numbers are going up. Didn't we just set like a state record today?
Yeah. Yesterday and today.
I would like to keep being employed, so I am not going to comment.
Okay, yeah, we are going live. So we'll do a different line of questioning.
Totally understood.
In case you wondered, this is why Kristen never comes on the show. She's like,
I know.
That was great, very graceful. The answer.
Yeah.
No, so what we're actually doing is saliva tests. So
like everyone's spitting in the cup and they test that cup thing?
No, everyone
yeah,
just spit
so
in each other's
like
mouths.
the way that they're doing it is they rotate every 2 days.
Yeah.
So like 25% of the students will be there on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then another quarter Thursday, Friday, and then another quarter the following Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the last quarter that Thursday, Friday. So like the day before they're going to be in school, they have to pick up a spit test and then drop it off, and then they get clearance to come into the building.
That sounds really, really hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
It's
it is, but it isn't.
neighborhood school. So, I mean, they're going to pick up kids if they want to come into the building. And the school made it so that it was mandatory if you wanted to participate in a sport.
That makes sense.
And since a lot of the students want to obviously keep up with sports for, scholarships and things like that. So.
Wow. This is a high school?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's intense.
Yeah, it is. And it's optional for teachers. So they're trying to get as many as possible to sign up for it. So we will see.
Good luck with that.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Nick Mullins just threw an interception.
Because of course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost forgot this was a football show for a second. I didn't feel like catching up with friends.
Sorry. See, this is why I don't call in.
Oh, no, we love it.
We talk about
It's all
football.
good. It's all good, honey.
We're
It's
a call-in show for a reason. We like calling in.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised less people call in. This is fun.
No, this is good. This is good stuff. This is good. This is fun. Do you bet at all, Megan?
I used to until I lost a fantasy league one year because my backup quarterback, who had done nothing like all year, ended up he would have gotten me 5 more points than my quarterback, and I lost by 5 points. And I was really pissed, and then I kind of boycotted. And it was also because my boss was the guy who won, who like makes so much ungodly money at the time. I was like, you don't even need this. Like, This would have been so important and so wonderful for me to win. You know, like rent and car payment. But no, you know, he was like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna go golfing this weekend." I'm like,
I hate that.
Yeah.
Good times,
Those
good times.
Rich folks. Oh, that's good. Well, I'm with you. I'm feeling really depressed about this season so far for myself, fantasy wise.
Yeah, I
How are
heard
you
that
doing in
Adam's
your regular
kicking
league?
your ass and he's not even doing anything.
Yeah, everyone is. Everyone's taking their turn pounding my ass. It sucks. It's
How are you doing in your regular league?
I'm losing in all my leagues except one. I have 7.
I'm actually looking at. I haven't looked at his standings over here. Oh, you're in 3rd place, man. You're not that bad.
Yeah, COVID year I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're 5-3 over there.
Yeah. The other ones suck. The other ones suck. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm planning on winning out the rest of this year.
Yeah, I need your help on that because Megan, I'm not sure if you know this, our fantasy league that we're doing for the show, there's not a buy-in or anything. We have to pay out if one of the people in the league wins. If we win, we don't have to pay anything. I'm trying not to pay people, and motherfuckers only won 2 games over here.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Gotcha.
It sucks for me right now. Trust me, I'm not happy about this. I'm not celebrating it. I'm very sad about it. So
I know. I just like giving you shit. It's fun.
But your background is amazing. And Adam, I have to say your green screen background is also amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I tore down my green screen a while back, and I'm just back to my normal studio.
Yeah. These posters, Megan, are from the Sun Times from the '85 championship, the Bears won.
That's so dope.
I
They're awesome.
100% remember that day.
Oh,
I was 10.
yeah.
And because I'm a little older than you guys, I was 10 years old, and I remember I had my Cabbage Patch Kids dressed in the Bears uniform and a Bears cheerleader costume, and I like 100% remember that game like it was yesterday.
Well,
it was like one of the best days of my life.
We've been talking about
That's
this
great.
when
Awesome.
one of these weeks that there's not going to be like football going. We're thinking about doing like a Zoom thing that will actually have the '85 Super Bowl. It's on YouTube. I found it. And we're thinking about airing it on
no
the
way.
Zoom and just having a bunch of Bears fans like talk over it and just like relive it because I don't know. Everyone seems in Chicago to just
Oh, I'd be so down for that.
yeah.
You found it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah,
on
it's
the
all over
NFL
YouTube,
channel.
man.
It's well, I was going to watch the one off the NFL.
Oh, the full game?
Yeah, the full game's on there. Yep.
Oh.
It's, on the NFL's.
I've watched it
website.
like 50 fucking times.
I watched
Yeah,
it
that
once
game
when
was
I was a
awesome.
little kid.
Yeah, I watch it at least once every season. Usually right before the season is when I watch it, and it's good. Refrigerator Perry.
Yeah.
By the one fucking.
By the way, you said
Good.
not to start Aaron
Oh my
Jones.
God. Oh, such memories. Oh, good
Yeah.
memories. Good
Yeah.
memories.
Hey, drummer, you said not to start Aaron Jones. He already has 7.5 points. So
Yeah, I see that. Cody. I see it.
I'm just calling out when you're wrong.
I'm sorry, drummer.
Yeah, I know. I've been
Alright, guys.
wrong on so much today.
I gotta head out.
All right, man.
It was
Well,
nice
thanks for calling
talking.
in.
Later,
And
Adam.
I am as well. Adam, it was so nice to see you too.
You too.
Miss you guys. Cody, give my love to Kristen.
I will.
Toodles.
All right.
Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Well, that was
Alright.
fun.
That was fun. That was
I
good
like when
to see- I
people
haven't seen
call
Megan
in.
in a long time.
I think it's
Yeah.
funny though how our show is like 100% serious fantasy that it's like, oh, some friends, hey.
Yeah, we need a break. And well, after all that fucking news, I mean, it's
It was
kinda-
good, honestly. I feel like we all need a little bit of like a levity. I feel like this is a little bit more laid back of a show than we've had the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But like I feel like everyone's so serious lately. I think we kind of need this a little bit. You know, we need to just sit back, watch a little bit of football over here, and have a couple drinks and just, You know,
Yeah,
football's
with all
a
the
great
tension.
distraction. Football's a great distraction.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of tension, and like football's great. Takes our heads off of it, and we get to talk about it. And then for me, talking about football right now is kind of hard because I just suck at it right now. But I do have fun. Like I love this show.
Yeah.
We'll get to a point when we have thousands and thousands of listeners and watchers. At some point.
Someday.
And they'll feel the same. But I like when we do get callers and they kind of play with us and stuff like that. That's cool.
No,
Dial shots are always great.
Yeah, I love our callers.
Yeah. And my birthday is next week's show, right?
Yeah, and we're going to try to do something cool with that. We haven't completely figured it out, but we're totally going to do something cool.
Yeah. I want everybody to call.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring a big bottle, a handle of Jack.
You're going to make it through a handle of Jack in the show?
Yeah, I've done handles. Handles of Jack's nothing. It's like tequila where I get sloppy and stupid.
A handle?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Me and Marty would drink a handle of anything and be fine. Usually whiskeys. We did.
By yourself?
Beam. Well, I probably won't finish it during the show.
Okay, that's what I was saying. Like I thought you were saying that.
No, I'm saying I'm going to get a handle of it.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
no.
I was advised against it because that's going to be that's going to be a show that I have
poisoning.
Yeah. I'm sure your wife would get mad at me if I did that. Hey,
and I'll probably spill something, so I have to make sure everything's off the desk for that show, and just be prepared to be trashed. And yeah, so thinking about getting a headset with a microphone in it. Are those good?
I mean, if you get a good one, yeah. I would have to look at what it is.
Like those guys from NBC when they do the Sunday night shows.
Yeah.
The Sunday night announcers.
You just need to get a good one, I guess.
Anyways, yeah. I want to get back to talking football.
Well, let's do it.
All right. It's Set Your Lineup League, Cody. Where's that?
Hold on one second.
You got a question?
Yeah, I was here, let's just see if this works or not. In fact, I was testing if that would work. That totally does work. What we're doing, Set Your Lineup League?
Yeah. Are you gonna, okay. I thought we were going to pee. Okay.
Do you need to pee right now? Because we could come back.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's pee.
You gotta be shitting me. And that was the official Set Your League. Wow, dude.
We'll go to pee after this.
All right. Anyways, I guess we're bathroom break. We'll be back in like 1 minute. All right, I'm back. I guess my co-host is not back yet. Hey, we're back.
You beat me. What the hell?
Well, I'm in a hurry. I don't want people waiting on me, but also like I held it really for a long time last episode, and I don't think I should have to do that. I'm not on the clock, damn it. We're having fun, watching some football. The Packers are now in the red zone. 7-3, and it's time to talk about what happened in our league.
Yeah.
Yep, and we were born to play dirty. Thank you, Shadow, for a theme song once again.
Yeah, Shadow Master.
So this week 8, we're 8 weeks in. Rance and Drew pulled ahead for a tie for first place. There's 7 of us that are still within 3 games, so, we can all still make playoffs. But then there's 3 people still with only 2 wins. One of those is Juan Valdivia, a.k.a. Drummer, a.k.a. Cheese Whiz, a.k.a. Mr. I want to give out money for some reason to people who don't even watch the show.
Yeah.
So your score was 114.22 to 119.42.
Yeah.
So Drummer, you lost by 5 points, but at least you're trying.
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's just getting frustrating. Like, you started Herbert this week, making me wonder how many quarterbacks you had this year.
Not many.
4. It seems like more. It just seems like you're always jumping back and forth every week. You start out with like Trubisky and Stafford, and luckily you did pick up Herbert, which I think was a great pickup, and that should help us out because I really don't want to pay these motherfucker. But I also partially blame myself because I told you last week during the show that Blankenship was available because I had a bid in for him and it didn't go through. So you picked up Blankenship, who only had 1 point. There was 15 other kickers that you could have played that you would have won with.
Thanks a lot, Cody.
Yeah, it's all my fault. Anyways, congratulations, Devin, you lucky bastard. Anyways, I give you a lot of shit, but I also lost this week. I lost 88.7 points to 91.2. It was a pathetic game. But I will also say, I
would have beat you.
It was a very low scoring week for a lot of people. And it was like kind of a bye-week meltdown for me where I needed Bridgewater as a spot start. I got Murray as my quarterback. And if I would have just got 2.5 more points out of his bullshit performance, I would have won. I mean, he fucking sucks. Whatever. He cost me the week, whatever, but it was still a low-scoring game. There's no excuse for such a low score. It's embarrassing. I'm still in second place, but I don't know. It's not cool. I expect more out of myself. Rance is now tied for first, though, coming off of that crappy game himself. But it's a volatile league. We all have bad games. He's getting Christian McCaffrey back this week, so now he probably will deserve that first place if he's able to continue with 6-2 without Christian McCaffrey this whole time. Watch out for that shit.
He's gonna be a monster. That's gonna be a monster comeback. That's like the biggest player coming back from injury.
Yeah. So this next one kind of hits close to home after what we were already talking about. Donuts had 110 points, and then Boogie Nights, that's Lino, yeah, he had 150 points. So Donuts quit. He said he's deleting the app. Oh, and Devontae Adams just scored, it looks like. Or wait, who just scored? I thought someone just scored.
Mercedes Lewis.
Oh, Mercedes Lewis. Well, Packers are up 14-3 probably right now. I don't think you're going to win that one.
No.
Yep, 14-3. So anyways, Donut quit. He said he's deleting the app. I don't think that it mattered to him that the season's only half over and he still has Michael Thomas returning. He actually has like a decent roster in bad luck, but fuck it. I quit. Yeah. One less person playing that we have to worry about paying, so it works well for us. Bye, Felicia. Lino, on the other hand, has his second best game of the year. He still can make up the ground that he needs to make playoffs. He's only 3-5, but again, first place is 6-2. There's plenty of fucking season left, people. If you're down, just play the waiver wire, make a couple trades. You can make a comeback. And I'm talking to you, co-host. You can make a comeback.
I'm trying, man. I'm fucking trying, dude. I don't know what else to do. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying.
So we had a call in earlier about this, but Pac-Man won his 4th in a row, 124-72. That was a bad. He was playing my brother. Bad week for my brother. But yeah, Pac-Man's on a fucking roll. 4 games in a row. He's been making the moves, playing the waivers, even made a trade with me. He had Derrick Henry back, which hasn't hurt. I mean, like that's I think part of the reason he's been winning these. Also playing Brandon really helped because Lamar is straight up killing Brandon's season. Adding all the buys and injuries, he was fucked this week. Like he was like just injuries and yeah, whatever. He's still tied on the season with you, Drummer, though. So whatever.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, we had to call in from Adam Hynos today. Just now, we just did a shot with him as well. 138.36 points to John Craig's 87 points. So Adam moved into 500 with another Mahomes Adams day, which, I mean, like, they just putting up all of his points. He's still, for some reason, starting Herndon as a flex, and I wish I would remember to talk to him when he actually calls in about that, because it's mind-blowing at this point. Why would you still even have Herndon in? He got negative 1.2 points for him this week, and somehow Adam's still winning. Yeah, negative 1.2 points. And somehow Adams still winning these games. I'm guessing that John Craig was distracted by the election this week. He was an election judge. He was actually in charge of the poll. He actually had the keys and stuff. So thanks for working that, John. I will let it slide that you didn't win this week because John's like a really nice guy. Expect a subpoena any day now though, because that's apparently what they're doing. Final game of the week was Big Dog Hogs. Drew was guest the last week. He's back in the win column and still in first place after being on the show last week. But I'm still a little mad at his Colts for destroying my lines last week, like he said they would. But he navigated another down week from Allen pretty well, and he's probably going to have a good continual season like he's been doing. Otto had 5 players on the bye and 3 on his IR spot, so I'm expecting him to bounce back a little. I mean, he still had 100 points even with all that, but I'm expecting him to bounce back a little, just like the restaurant industry will after all this COVID surge shit is slowing him down. But that's only if you guys keep ordering food. So, like we said last week, order some takeout tonight or tomorrow night as well, or both, and or everything. You can't
order that shit.
Yeah, you can't do dine-in, but you can still eat like you can. I feel like in my head that sentence makes sense. If you need a suggestion for places you can order from Estrella Negra. Estrella Negra. It's at the corner of Western Fullerton in Chicago. Did you know that Gabriel Iglesias once called it the baddest original Mexican restaurant in Chicago? Yes, that's Fluffy. Fluffy said that.
Comedian. He's awesome too.
Yeah, Fluffy's hilarious.
I got to meet him. It was awesome. He's a cool dude. He brought his whole crew there after one of their shows. They had the restaurant closed.
Mm-hmm.
And Otto's like, hey, we got 4 seats. You want to go? So we went, and we all wore the red sweaters for Estrella, and we sat in our badass seats. And then afterwards, we go back to the restaurant. He's like, yeah, the whole crew's coming here. I was like, what do you mean the whole crew? The whole crew from the show. And the whole goddamn fucking the stage crew, the producers, there's like 30 motherfuckers that came. The restaurant's closed. 30 motherfuckers came to the restaurant. They opened up the kitchen and everything. Like they planned it. Like they knew they were gonna open up for them.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like at 1:00 in the morning. Opened up for them. They were awesome. They were all fucking dope. They were really cool peeps, man. It was fun. But yeah, that's your league news, right? That's it.
That's the league. I mean, this is still your part, the waiver wire update, which I don't know if we need a separate drop for that, because I guess I always kind of bounce out of it, but it's still the league.
Yeah. All right. So waiver wire in our league wasn't a whole lot of flashiness going on, I mean, I wanted to do something in the waiver. I need to do something, right? I'm 2-5. Like I need to figure something out, or 2-6. What am I? I don't even fucking know. That's how much I fucking hate this year.
You got 2 wins.
2-6.
Yeah.
2-6. I'm 2-6. So, I hit the waiver wire to see what was on there, and there wasn't a whole lot. And
it's a 12-team league. There's still things that could possibly pan out, but it's slim pickings.
Yeah, it's slim pickings. So I decided to go with a trade, and I've been wanting to unload Kenyon Drake. And I thought it would be hard to do so because he's injured and because of the other kid that's there. What's his face?
Edwards? Chase Edmonds, yeah.
Edward.
No, Edmonds. It's Chase Edmonds, yeah.
Okay. Chase Edmonds, yeah. So I was looking around, and I went to your brother's team and looked at what he has. Like, you know what? I could really use something positive. At least the next three. I gotta win the next 3-4 weeks.
Yes, you do.
So I was like, you know what? I need sure points. Who's gonna give me sure points off of his team? And I look at the Pittsburgh defense, and they're up against Dallas this week, Cincinnati next week, and then Jacksonville the following week. Jacksonville's playing with a backup QB.
Yeah, a rookie
Dallas
one.
is
You
playing
got to
with a
always
third.
remember rookies.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
make a mistake.
Yeah, and then Cincinnati. You know, Joe Burrow has been known to throw some interceptions and fumble the ball. So, I like those three matchups specifically, which is why I made the trade. The rest of the year for them looks pretty decent as well, but I had to pair Kenyon Drake with something a little more pretty.
Mhm.
So I decided to kind of throw Cooper Kupp in there. And, you know,
he's not performing
it.
up to snuff either.
he's okay.
He's okay. I think
he's
the
not
problem
great.
is like
he has good showing. And
you can't really trust how the Rams play. He'll have a good week, and then it'll be like like Tyler Higbee has a good week or something like that. Like they're kind of all over the place.
yeah.
It's hard to predict.
Yeah. So the trade ended up being I sent Kenyon Drake and Cooper Kupp, and then in return I got the Pittsburgh defense and Greg Ward.
Who I predict you'll
who
drop it
Brandon
within
Henderson
2
picked
weeks.
off of waivers.
Yeah, you'll drop him.
Yeah, I'll
in
probably
2
drop
weeks.
him tomorrow. Who knows? I mean,
Oh yeah, I guess they're on a
I'm
bye,
still
aren't
digging
they?
For other stuff.
Yeah, but like Greg Ward.
Yeah.
Greg Ward was getting targets because everyone was injured. I'm guessing that either Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, Jalen Rager, all those people come back, Dallas Goedert, all these people are coming back. Once all these people come back, I don't know if Greg Ward's going to really have any targets left for him. So you pretty much traded a fifth, or no, Kenyon Drake probably went like third round. I can't remember where we picked him up, like a third round pick, and
I
then
want to say I picked him up in. I want to say I picked him up in a second.
really. And Cooper
wanna
Kupp
say I
was
picked
probably
him up in the second
third or fourth. You traded 2 high draft picks for a defense. That's what I just noticed.
Yeah. But the defense is going to be killer. Like the defense has been good all season so far. So
I would never have
I'm
done
gonna
that.
run with that. No, you wouldn't have traded Kenyon Drake.
I would have traded Kenyon Drake,
Kenyon
but for
Drake.
something. But for something, Kenyon Drake will still have good games. I'm sure you know this, but I never have a good defense. I always stream defenses. I pick up a new defense every week, and it works well for me. So I don't value defenses at all.
Oh, I needed to do for sure points, and I think Pittsburgh would give me for sure points.
Pittsburgh is by far one of the best defenses you can have as far as fantasy right now. Actually, I'll look up leaders real quick. If you want to talk about the rest of this while I look that up.
No problem. And that was my thing for this week.
Yeah. So
On the
Pittsburgh,
waiver
wait, real
front-
quick. Pittsburgh is number 4 on seasonal fantasy points as far as defenses, and it's only 9 behind first place Colts. So, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Apparently the
I
top
just need to
5.
Look at that schedule.
Yeah, but apparently the top 5 are semi-close. Then it kind of just falls off after that. So it might be good to actually have a good defense.
Yeah.
Where's the Bears on this? Holy shit.
Yeah. That's because the offense sucks. You know what I mean? Anyways, whatever. But the waiver wire, all right. So the main star stud for this week's waiver wire was Marvin Jones, which Cody won.
Mm-hmm.
There
And
was
then
5
promptly
waiver
traded.
claims. And then you promptly traded, yes. There's only 3 fab bids for Marvin Jones.
Well, there's 5 bids. There was only 5 that actually used money.
Yeah, three that use money. There's 5 bids, 3 that use money.
There you go.
And yeah, and then the key here is Marvin Jones. I don't think he's gonna be somebody you want to keep after Galladay comes back.
I mean,
You know
he's
what I mean? I don't
definitely.
think he's gonna be that guy.
he's definitely, when Galladay's there, he's still a target, but he's hit or miss. He will have one or two good games. It's impossible to predict, especially with Hawkinson getting as many targets as he's getting. But with Galladay out, they're going to need Jones to step up. I mean, they have no choice. So, yeah. And Marvin Jones had two really good games in a row. I think he's got multiple touchdowns in both. I could be wrong. But he was looking really good the last few weeks. So I think it's a good pickup. It's not a long-term play. That's why I did my trade. Where it's like Marvin Jones to me was a free, not free. It was like I spent $5 of fab in this trade.
No. Yeah, Marvin Jones had 2 touchdowns against Indy. And then he had an 80-yard game against Atlanta prior to that. So he had 2 good games in back-to-back. But before that, his only good game was against Green Bay. 23 yards and a touchdown. So I just don't see him being, a very consistent.
He's not consistent, but as long as Galladay's out, and Galladay, the quote was, he's day to day or week to week, where it's like, fuck you, Patricia. Come on. You can give us a better answer than that.
Yeah, seriously. Next on the waiver wires was Jordan Reed. We were talking about a lot earlier.
Yeah, he already dropped him. So
yeah. He was a good pickup, or could have been a good pickup, because he's San Francisco's only real option. Let's see how he's doing right now.
Not good. San Francisco is not moving the ball.
No, I thought they were doing okay moving the ball. No. Yeah, Reed. Yeah, no. Reed's got 3 yards.
Apparently we're all stupid because the answer was Richie James. Did that even come up earlier in the show?
No, I mentioned him. Yeah, as one of the.
He's got 72 yards already. What the fuck? Where did he come from?
Dude, I don't fucking know. Nobody fucking knows. The announcers probably don't even fucking know. I'm just so glad we don't have to hear these guys trying to figure out who they are.
He went to college at Middle Tennessee, which I don't even know if I know that college.
Me neither. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, this game kind of sucks right now.
Yeah, it's very one-sided.
Yeah, it's getting stupid. But it's the first half is almost done. So
yeah, but Jordan Reed does have 1 reception for 3 yards.
Yeah, and he dropped Jordan Akins for Jordan Reed. Or wait,
no, he dropped Jordan Reed for Jordan Akins.
Yeah. That's funny, Jordan and Jordan.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
People like to just confuse us. I think he only did that because he knew he's in a show league and he needed to fuck with us because we cannot talk right.
Maybe he did do that.
It's like those guys are going to have multiple people call in and want to do shots with them during the show, and they're not going to be able to keep the Jordan straight.
Right. So next waiver claim was mine again, and I picked up Michael Pittman because I didn't need to keep the Chargers defense anymore.
I actually really like that pickup. That was a good pickup, especially because you spent 0 for him, and that could hit. T.Y.'s injured. And Pittman's been injured, and he's just coming back, and they're going to need a throw. I don't know. I don't know where it goes, but it's a good speculative bid.
Yeah, it's a good speculative bid, but I don't know. I did it for depth more than anything because I need some help in every position, and wide receiver is definitely one of them, especially since I just gave up Cooper Kupp. It made sense for me to kind of fill it in with another wide receiver.
Right.
And then Cody, this is how you pick up a kicker in waivers, Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
In case you're listening, Drew, or you go back and listen to this again.
we can clip it and send it to him.
No. Last week you spent, what was it, $8?
I think it was like $5 or something on a kicker. But you don't need to spend $5 on a kicker.
You didn't spend any money on a fucking kicker at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he spent, Cody, you didn't spend any money on Fab, and you just swapped out kickers.
Yeah, so this one is kind of a interesting one in my opinion. I picked up Ryan Suckup. I, in prior years, used a different kicker strategy where kickers are impossible to predict.
No.
And usually for the first half of the season, I'm using all these professionals rankings, and they're never. I mean, look at you just got fucked over by Blankenship the other day. Everyone keeps when they're doing these predictions, they're always saying like get the guy from Arizona or get the guy from Kansas City because the theory is that these teams just keep putting up points.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the day, you're looking at like, well, let's actually look at the leaders. None of these guys are the leaders, and so I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm going to take one of the leaders. After weeks and weeks and weeks, this guy is continually putting up points. It's what you keep saying, fuck kickers. But like, yeah, at a certain point, I'm tired of guessing this person's actually putting up points until he proves me wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try him. Until then, like the average of kickers isn't that much of a difference. I'm not going to stress out too much about it, but I'm always trying to get that little bit of edge. So
yeah.
Ryan Suckup. Let's see. You're the next man up. Let's try this.
And maybe this is why I'm losing, but I have 2 kickers rostered.
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, I had the number 1 kicker, Randy Bullock. And then Blankenship was there. I was like, oh, there's the number 2 kicker. My kicker's on bye this week, Bullock, which is why I picked up Blankenship last week. Because I knew
and then
Bullock
you started it. What did
bye.
Bullock? Now I need to know. What did Bullock get last week?
Bullock had, I think he had 7. He had 7.
But you lost by 5?
He had 7, yeah.
And you lost by 5?
Fucking 5.
So if you would have just done nothing.
Fuck!
Oh, math is fun.
Fucking hate
math
kickers.
Is fun.
Fucking hate kickers. And I switched him out. That night of the show. When the day those
yeah, you put in a bid during the show or something, so whatever. We're done talking about that. You ready to talk about some? I can't play too much of that because apparently we got pegged with the copyright ones for that. So yeah, so I can also do this one for just a second too. Bears talk. How your Bears doing?
Pegged. Oh my God, they're miserable. They're 5-3.
I have never heard a more depressed winning season than this year's Bears fans.
Dude, it's sad. I'm not even gonna start off with the injuries or anything yet, but all right, deep breath.
Oh shit! Packers just scored again. It is 21-3.
Fuck the Packers.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, it's okay. The Bears offense. I'm gonna start with the run game. It did look better, but that was only because there was one carry that Montgomery had that ran for 38 yards. That accounted for more than a third of their total. If that didn't happen, then the run game would have been shit, just as like the other games. There's nothing they're doing to change anything. Montgomery made that run happen, and it was all Montgomery making defenders miss or whatever. Like, he found a small hole and ran through it and was able to get through it. Like, other than that, the run game's still shit, man. Like, it's 96 total yards. Patterson had 1 carry, and Mitchell had 1 carry.
And then injured himself.
Yeah, then he fucked up his shoulder, which people are trying to say that it's fake injury, so he doesn't have to fucking play behind his shitty-ass offensive line. It's just...
I don't get that. He's already benched.
Dude, I mean... I don't know. It's aggravating how they can't even get that going. But then I think about it, like, yeah, their offensive line sucks. That's why they can't get it going.
Which I read ahead, and you're going to talk about the offensive line, which was bad, and it keeps getting worse because of everything. But
yeah, I'll get there. Yeah, but
not good.
Yeah, when Mitch can get his shoulder ready, they should not shy away from trying to run with him again. They should try it more often and be more frequent with it. At least 3-4 times a game, maybe more, just to throw the defense off. The defense already knows what you're going to do all the time. If you throw Mitch in there every once in a while, very much similar to what New Orleans does with the Saints with Taysom Hill. If they throw Mitch in there like Saints are using Taysom Hill,
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be a better situation for them offensively.
Honestly, I would counter that Trubisky has a better possibility because if they start running like bootlegs and stuff like they like to do, he can run it. I mean, you can do designed runs, and then he still is like, as much shit as I give him, he is still a person who was taken to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he may never be a starting quarterback in the NFL again, but he has made throws before. He has shown his flash of athleticism. Mm-hmm. He could possibly be more, what are they doing? The biggest problem with trying to get your offensive going is to keep defenses on their, on their heels. Like, what are they going to do? If you put in Trubisky's, just say 5 or 10 snaps a game where half of them are running plays and then the other half are Bears are clear to practice. That just popped on my screen.
No.
There you go. That's big news for you.
Yeah.
You want your team to practice. But all I'm saying, though, is if you did that where, you give him a couple carries and then all of a sudden he throws... he's makes it look like a design run and he throws to someone down the field that catches them off guard. You could make that work in your favor, but
no, yeah, totally.
That'll be a while. He apparently is injured bad.
Yeah. So we'll see. But when that does happen, Nagy's got to be able to put him in, especially because Foles visibly does not agree with Nagy, and you see it on the sidelines all the time.
We're already in the category of who's the quarterback next year because
I don't think Foles and Nagy are going to get along for the rest of the season, and I think that relationship is soured, and we're going to be signing somebody else next year or drafting somebody else next year, and they're going to start almost immediately.
You do finally have a first-round draft pick next year, right?
Yeah. Hopefully they lose all their games and they get a better, a decently high pick.
I don't see. You already have 5 wins. You cannot get in the sweepstakes for the high pick already.
Yeah, we're not going to get 1, 2. We're not going to get one of those first 5 picks. But if we get into the top 10, I'll be okay with that.
It's still going to be hard, man. Names worst teams. You got more than 5 worst teams than you.
Yeah.
The Jets have the number 1 pick. They pretty much they've solidified that a long time ago.
Yeah, but anyways, we're talking about Nick, right?
How the hell does I just looked down? The Packers already have the ball back again. I was talking to you about the Bears for 5 seconds, and the Packers.
It was just about to go to the half. What the fuck happened?
I don't know what's going on, man. I'm paying too much attention to you and not to the game.
I turned the game off and put on the news so I could see if they're announced a winner.
No politics on the show, remember.
Yeah, whatever.
Why is that not going away? The no politics sign's not going away.
While you figure that out, I'm going to keep talking. Okay, Nick Foles. Okay, I understand the offensive line was horrible, but this guy was missing left and right with his receivers. Overthrows, underthrown, wrong back shoulder to the wrong team. It was just all over the place. He couldn't move out of the pocket. He got sacked 5 times. I mean, he had a QB rating of 48.9. You're not doing good. You're not doing good, Nick. I'm sorry, but it's heartbreaking to see. It really is, because his defense is so good, and it's getting wasted by everything the defense does is getting negated by the shitty ass offense that is either turning over the ball or 3 and outs. It's just constant. It's ridiculous. I hate watching it. I watch it because I'm a Bears fan and I have to bear through it.
Oh, real quick news. Breaking news.
But...
Raiders were just hit with a bunch of fines for all their COVID shit. Continue.
Oh, we were talking about that earlier. So yeah, I don't know. Something's got to change. The play calling's got to change to work with what you have. And I mentioned that last week too. Like, you got to change your scheme to what you have so the game can actually work out for you. The offense isn't moving.
I love that you're saying all the same stuff. I feel like every week you're saying the exact same stuff about your offense that I keep saying about our defense.
Yeah. So I mean, not only this, but like time management for Matt Nagy has become a real big issue. He called a timeout with 58 seconds remaining in the second quarter, while New Orleans had the ball, and it was third down, and they converted the third down, and you wasted a timeout. And what did they do? They went back and were able to convert the fourth and one later on and scored a touchdown. You know, like, you were leading 13-3. Let the clock run out. Let them use their time. What the fuck are you doing? You gave them a timeout to use. Like, 58 seconds on the fucking clock. Like, what do you think this offense is going to do when you get the ball back? What do you think this offense is going to do? It's not going to do anything. It's not going to score. It's not going to get set up for a field goal with 58 seconds on the clock. First of all, you weren't going to get it with 58 seconds on the clock because they had another down to go through. All right?
Mm-hmm.
They could have wasted their time. You might have gotten the ball with like 20 seconds. Maybe, if even then.
I do get the idea, though. It's just like if you stop them there, you get the ball back. And, you know, then you have
But they
time.
weren't even in great field position to stop it. They were like, midfield. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm just saying I get
the ball and pin you back.
I'm saying I get the thought process. Obviously, Monday morning quarterbacking is just like, oh, well, obviously now.
Yeah. But I don't know. Nagy's like totally creeping up right behind Adam Gase on coaches I'd like to see fired next. And even though I know Nagy's not going to get fired.
Where's Patricia on that? Because I know you seem to hate Patricia, but you don't seem to want to fire.
He's right behind Gase, and then it's Nagy, but Nagy slowly, this next game.
So firing, you want Gase, obviously, then Patricia, then Nagy third. That's your
yeah.
And everyone else,
top two are for sure.
And everyone else has already been fired. So there you go. I hope Bill O'Brien's enjoying his time off.
Yeah. I hope he gets COVID. Oh, sorry,
oh,
that's horrible.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
It's so mean.
What the hell did he do to you? He's at risk. He's going to have to be on a ventilator and stuff. And it's just football, dude. It's just football.
Everybody off.
It's just football. That's a human being's life.
He'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Anyways.
Are you sure? I think you need to apologize to Bill O'Brien right now.
No, I'm not gonna. No.
Please.
I hope you don't get the COVID, but I don't apologize.
There you go. But now, take two. Try to act like you're not going, oh.
Nope. That's exactly the way I would say it to him if I were to see him.
Really, if you were in a room with Bill O'Brien right now, you'd be like, Bill O'Brien, oh, no. I hope you don't get COVID. You do that.
But
you'd probably be like,
feel bad if you do.
You'd probably be like, oh, dude, you're Bill O'Brien, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't know why I would bring up COVID right now. It seems kind of awkward.
I probably wouldn't even walk up to him to talk to him. Fuck that guy. He sucks. Anyways, receivers for the Bears. Now, this was kind of, considering how the game went, this was a good thing. Darnell Mooney, 5 for 6 receptions, 69 yards touchdown. Allen Robinson, 87 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Miller was targeted the most with 11 targets. He received 8. 73 yards, no touchdowns. Now, that was good considering the game outcome. Like, it wasn't bad. They had a good production from the receiving corps. But one thing I noticed was Allen Robinson was visibly upset on the sideline after Nick Foles threw a pass to him in triple coverage on the sideline, and it was intercepted. After it was intercepted, you could see Allen go like this, walked out to the side, and he stayed away from the whole entire offense for 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Oh, shit. I missed that.
Yeah, he stayed away from the entire offense for 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Oh, man.
So one of the assistant wide receivers coaches came out to him and said, "Hey, come with your team. Come talk to your team." He's like, he shook his head like this, and then he walked back slowly and just sat on the bench. Didn't talk to anybody. Nick Foles walks up to him and is like, "Hey, what's up? You blah, 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 blah." And he's like, he just shakes his head and looks down. So, like, he wasn't having it. Like, he checked out. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem.
This guy had Blake motherfucking Bortles thrown to him in his career.
Yeah. Imagine if Allen Robinson had somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Brady. This guy would be killing the fucking league right now. He would be killing the league right now.
No, seriously, all fandom aside, I would love to just see Robinson on a good team.
Yeah. Trade him to a fucking...
Trade too late, but...
You get a first-round pick. Yeah, it's too late now, right? And he's not under contract. They're not going to give him a new contract, so...
Oh, do you think he's gone at the end of this year?
Oh, I mean, they could franchise him, but...
Yeah.
I don't think they do that next year because all the budgets that's the budget's going to go down next year because of COVID and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. So, like, for all the teams,
yeah. Did I say that during the COVID? I might have glanced over that, but the one thing I put in the COVID news was The Athletic was reporting that they expect the NFL is going to lose $2 billion just from the lack of fan attendance of the in-person games. Yeah. Like, they might lose some stuff from other shit, but that's $2 billion that the NFL is expecting as right now their estimates for fan attendance.
Yeah. So, you know, it's going to suck if they can't franchise him because then he's just going to walk away with nothing in return.
Can I counter with this, though? So, obviously, there is an expected price tag on all these receivers. But with the lowered cap space, do you let your Allen Robinson go and just say, Kenny Galladay is available? By the way, Kenny Galladay, you're not going to get what you're expecting either because there's no cap space, and all of a sudden Allen Robinson's on the Lions and you guys have Kenny Galladay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wouldn't that be something?
I mean, honestly, like, I love Galladay. Galladay is one of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL. I don't think Allen Robinson's a huge drop-off. I mean, they're very similar players in my opinion.
Yeah, very, very similar.
I honestly don't know if we've ever seen Allen Robinson's full form of, like, just how good he could be.
I think if you paired if you paired Robinson with Stafford, I think you would see Allen Robinson kill the NFL. I think he's better than Galladay. I think he's way better than Galladay.
I really feel like it's hard. Like, I hate doing comparisons like this because you got a guy who's, again, like, his bulk of his career was with Blake Bortles. And then the second half of his career is just like, now you got Trubisky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's horrible. So that's my issue with the wide receivers. There's a problem there with Robinson and the whole offense. I'm pretty sure he's frustrated with a lot of parts of it, not just one thing. So I don't know. And you know, a lot of this has to do with Foles being under pressure so much and not being able to move. And then throwing into double, triple coverage and missing all these guys, you know, like, there's no time to create extra. He has no way to create extra time with his feet because he doesn't use his feet. You know, and that's one of those situations. Did they pull Trubisky too early? Maybe they did. I don't know, because his offensive line isn't showing anything. Like, the offense hasn't been better. It's actually gotten worse with Foles in there. You know, at least Trubisky gave you some extra time to develop some of these plays with his feet, and you know, like it just you got to do something, man, because this O-line is just miserable. Like,
but again, like what you're talking about now is something that we could have been talking about, but now Trubisky's new injury, like, who really knows when he's going to be good again? Like, it sounds like it's a significant multiple week.
Yeah, it's his throwing shoulder, so it's his right shoulder, it's his throwing shoulder. So, yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, you know? But regardless, who's at quarterback, their O-line is still miserable, and they lost a couple more guys.
Yeah, we teased this during the COVID
update. Charles Leno Jr. was the only regular starting offensive lineman to actually participate in the last workout, which was yesterday, not today, because they closed their facilities today. But James Daniels is out for the season. He's a starter. Cody Whitehair, who's also a starter, was injured, and then he tested positive today for COVID. He's going to probably miss a couple games just because of his injury. Bobby Massey left the game with an injury. He's going to be out at least a month with his knee giving out on him. Jason Spriggs, he has a bum ankle, and he was the first one to test positive, and he's our second string offensive lineman who's filling in for Bobby Massey.
So you got a third stringer probably right now?
Oh, yeah, we have 3 third stringers that are probably going to start.
Jesus Christ, man.
Jermaine Ifedi, he might be cleared to play. He's in that, area where he can test and be able to be active on Saturday.
Like he's only on the COVID list because of proximity, not because of positive tests.
Exactly. So it's fucking shitty situation. If that doesn't tell you, that's 5 guys right there that might not play. Well, 4 of them for sure aren't going to play. 1 might not. The Bears should have done something on the trade line to get at least 1 extra body there that's a starter.
It sounds like everything I've been hearing the last week with trades, offensive linemen seem like one of the hardest to trade for, where a lot of the times with other positions, people are trying to do like contract dumps or something like that, where it's just like, this isn't working. Mm-hmm. But like, I guess like your line is kind of a foundation. And if you want to have like a lot of times, if you're tearing it down and are already thinking next season, you still want to protect the pieces you have left. And it's like, okay, well, we don't want to permanently injure people under contract. So, So
the Bears, they're bringing in Eric Kush, who used to be with the Bears. He's a guard / center. He can play both positions. He's going to sign with the Bears following his COVID-19 protocol and a physical. So that's some help, but Eric Kush, when he was here last time, we were begging to get him out of the game. So I'm not excited about that either.
But at the same time, you sound like you need some depth, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, we just need bodies. Yeah, we need just bodies to throw in there because right now we don't have any. So on to the next thing. The Bears had 7 scoreless third quarters in 8 games this season. That's killing them.
Yes.
Their games have been close. Most of their games have been close. They score a touchdown in each of those third quarters, they win those games.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They win those games. It's just they come out of halftime and it's like they're fucking retarded and they can't fucking get their shit together and they forget how to play football on offense specifically. It's a heartbreaker, but I mean it's ridiculous. It's sloppy. And then they got 7 penalties in this last game for 53 yards. That's not a lot of yards for penalties, but they lead the fucking league in total penalties with 58. Like,
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, this is after last year. they were in the top 5 in least penalties, and in the top 5 the least penalties the year before that. There is a lot of they don't care anymore. There's a lot of giving up. There's a lot of slop. There's just
I can't help it. Like, you guys have an amazing defense, but it's got to wear on you after a while where your defense is supposed to be half your team. It's not supposed to be 90% of your team.
Yeah, I know, totally, and that's what they're playing like, and the defense realizes that, and they're getting tired too. You know, the Bears let 13-3 before the state scored 20 unanswered fucking points. 20 unanswered points because the offense couldn't stay on the fucking field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's tiring. You can't keep playing football like that. You know, where are the sacks? They can't sack because they're fucking tired. They only had one last game, and that was fucking Mac. Okay? And where the fuck is Robert Quinn? You paid this guy $70 million for what? For what? He was on limited snaps starting the season. He should be healthy now. He hasn't been on any injury reports or anything. Is he even playing? I don't remember them saying his fucking name one time during that fucking game. Not one time. Pisses me off. Fucking bullshit. And then Mac was held on 8 different occasions that I counted. I rewatched the game. 8 different times he was held. No fucking calls. I'm getting really upset about that. But he does have 4 games with a sack.
I did hear that they're actually calling holding less. That was like a semi-intentional thing this year.
Yeah,
that they're going to try to call less holding.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Defensive injuries, we got Eddie Jackson. He's got a knee. I'm kind of worried about that because he left the game and then he came back and he didn't look the same. So I'm kind of worried about him next week. So I'm keeping an eye on him. Roy Robinson Harris, he's got a shoulder, and John Jenkins ankle. He fills in that defensive tackle role and is a really good run stopper. And it would actually be a big miss. We've had trouble stopping the run, but Jenkins has actually been good when he's been in, and we're gonna have a lot more trouble if he can't play. So,
So, yeah, by the way, where you are right there, though, I did throw this in. I was listening to the Fantasy Footballers. Shout out to them. That's actually a good podcast if you ever, if you don't already listen to them. I guarantee you anyone who actually cares about football, they're probably listening to them because they're actually entertaining. I don't half the other podcasts out there are really boring and dull. But it said Bears defense has not given up a QB1 in fantasy performance to anyone other than Patrick Mahomes since Week 11, 2018. So you guys are still doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're doing good. We got badass corners, man. Our corners are badass.
Mm-hmm.
Fuller and Jalen Johnson, that rookie kid, he's been playing. He's balling. He's doing good. He had a couple penalties, but he's a rookie, so we have to kind of accept it. But I like him. Special teams. See how depressed I sound right now?
Yeah, you're starting to lose some energy. We were all like party mode when we were talking to like Adam and Megan. It was like, yay, people calling in, yay.
Yeah. So special teams. Cairo Santos, our kicker, he deserves to keep this fucking job. He's really making important kicks. He made a 51-yarder to tie the game. And send it into OT. He was 3 for 3 for field goals, and he had 2 extra points. So
what is going on
fantasy wise?
He was picked up because homeboy got injured.
Yeah, Pinheiro has problems with his balls. They
right.
keep dropping.
Is he still injured or?
Yeah, I guess so.
Is he still on? Is he still technically on the Bears roster, just kind of being held there?
Yes, he's still rostered. He is not on the IR, which is kind of weird.
So you're holding 2 kickers right now?
3. No, wait, 2. We got rid of the other guy.
Okay, I was about to say, it's like, well, that's your first problem.
No, we signed,
maybe drop 2 of those kickers and pick up offensive linemen.
Yeah. No, we had signed Forbath to our practice squad, but then he got picked up by somebody else off our practice squad. So, but yeah. Now, the Bears did much better on starting position for this game than the previous last 3 games because they got rid of Ted Ginn. And because they got rid of Ted Ginn, they were actually able to catch a couple of the punts that were punted to them, as opposed to letting them just roll down the fucking field for bad position.
So I feel sad because
Dwayne Harris was.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I feel
Dwayne Harris, who was picked up last week.
I feel like we got a slight delay again.
We do.
I want to just do one last plug because this is the last time I'm going to be able to do this. But if you haven't played it yet, Ted Ginn still totally has a video game on cell phones. Just look for it. It's Ted Ginn's. It's like punt returner or something like that. Check it out. It's there.
It's so fucking stupid, Cody. I love it. So the Bears picked up Dwayne Harris last weekend, and they activated him for New Orleans games. And because of him, we had better field position. He caught the ball. That's all he did. He just caught the ball. He didn't really have a lot in returns. He just fucking fielded the ball wherever it fucking landed, and that gave us better field position. So moving in the right direction, but not exactly, great. Now, overall, this season was supposed to be when everything comes together for the Bears. The D now is looking like it's losing its motivation and is losing all hope. They look like they're playing to not get hurt. That said, we had hired Matt Nagy because he was a QB guru. Okay. Total bullshit. He's got a number 2 overall pick, and he has a former Super Bowl MVP, and he can't produce anything with either of them. Nagy himself needs to change what he's going to do, what he's planning, and how his play calling is. It's something needs to change with him to help this team. He's not helping. Every game looks like the same plays are being fucking called. The defense already knows his game plan. They don't even need to look at their games. They don't need to preview. What happened, Cody? What'd you see?
Oh, I'm sorry. Devontae Adams just a huge play. I didn't want to interrupt you there, but I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. No, it's okay. But, this is something all respectful coaches and successful coaches do. They change their plan. They adjust to what they need to do. Mm-hmm. The Bears aren't going to get any better unless, he can concede that simple fact and change. It's kind of sad just the way the rest of the season is going to go until he does that.
Right. I need to look into something because I keep hearing like QB guru or like QB whisper thrown around about a lot of coaches, and I don't understand where any of this shit ever even comes from. Like with Nagy's still pretty young. He was an offensive coordinator for Andy Reid. Mm-hmm. How much of anything can be put on him? What do you do? Like a half of a season with someone? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know where they give that, because when you guys brought in Trestman, he was supposed to be like some kind of
offensive
QB,
genius.
Yeah. And then Adam Gase, for some reason, was like, he was like with
a QB guru. Because
he was like with Peyton Manning or something like that for a year. And then every other quarterback he's ever been with sucked donkey balls underneath them. And it's just like, at a certain point, where does this term come from? If you've just been around a good quarterback, all of a sudden you're the guru. It's like, oh man, that offensive coordinator, he sure knew how to be around a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to move away from that. That's my point.
Yeah. So moving on to this next game, the Bears got the Titans. I'm picking the Bears to win 17-13, but I'm not even sold on that. It might be reversed. These teams are very similar when it comes to offense, defense, and passing, but rushing is the key difference here. The Bears are ranked 29th in rushing, and the Titans, obviously with Derrick Henry, are ranked 6th, and the Bears are having trouble stopping the run lately. So that might be what flips this game. On other stuff, Wims decided to become a boxer.
You're supposed to tell me like to download clips.
No, I didn't.
That is the one clip I should have had ready for your, because you didn't give me any clips to download this week.
Yeah,
that one was actually fun.
That was a funny one, but you know what? I don't want to watch any of that game. I don't want to watch any of that game over. Even the highlights.
What was up with that shit?
I have no fucking clue. I
Like,
watched it. I
he
watched
had
what
a
happened
quote.
a couple plays before, and I didn't see anything.
There was a quote that said he spit on him, but like, I have never been so mad that if I want to punch someone, I don't realize that, hey, he's got a helmet on. If I'm going to punch you, I'm going to punch you in the gut. Number one, okay, so I've seen a lot of fights in my life. You know that you can still fuck people up if you don't punch them in the head. This is the truth. If you punch people in the stomach, watch boxers. They always work the body. You can fuck someone up. If you're a football player, and I don't know why I'm giving out football fighting advice, a lot of people aren't wearing stomach guards.
Yeah.
So you get mad at a guy, fucking gut punch him. All of a sudden they go over and then like hit him in the back and do something like that. You don't punch him in the fucking face guard or like the side of the helmet. It was like a double bam bam.
Yeah.
It's just,
he made his. So he made his boxing debut. The only thing that I did see that probably could have started that was that what's his name? Gardner Johnson, the kid who he punched.
Mm-hmm.
He had stuck his fingers in Anthony Miller's helmet and kind of grabbed Anthony Miller's eye. I don't know if that was it.
Wim's quote said that the guy. Wim's quote said that Gardner Johnson spit on him.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that. I watched the game.
Yeah.
And I rewound those plays before that, and I didn't see shit. But Gardner Johnson did say that Wims hits like a female, so that was kind of funny. Bet you Wims is laughing about that. The Bears, they worked out two QBs, Jake Rudick from Michigan and Kyle Sluter from Southern Miss and North Colorado. 5 career passes between the two of them, with the 5 going to Rudick. Why they're doing this now, I don't know. What's wrong with Tyler Bray? Is something wrong with Tyler Bray?
I could tell you why. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. Working out is not signing. When you just find out that your backup quarterback's injured, you do your due diligence. Yeah. They're not signing these people, but you bring them out. You
bring them out.
Jake Rudick actually was like 3rd string practice squad, whatever, for the Lions years ago. He I don't know if he ever actually made active roster, but I mean, he is a known commodity. It's worth seeing if he's got something.
No.
That's basic due diligence. You just have to see who's out there in case. You sign them to the practice squad just in case. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's depressing. I don't know. But that's my news. And I'm gonna go vomit real quick. You can start your Lions news and I'll jump in. I'm gonna go vomit.
Bear down.
Vomit for real.
Chicago Bears. Da 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 da, vomit inducing. Well, it's just me, guys. I think it's funny. He just does not care about Lions news. So, Lions news. He's depressed at 5-3. I'm 3-4 with my Lions, and I would really like an ugly win right now. And I know the Bears look bad, but not as bad as the Lions right now. The Lions came into that game expected to lose. The Colts are better, but there was so much wrong with that freaking game. And I know most people don't give 2 shits about the Lions, and they probably didn't watch that game. But pretty much how it worked is we got 7 right off the bat, moved the ball all right when it was scripted, and then the Colts just dominated after that. The first half, the Colts had the ball 22 of the 30 minutes. It was the Colts just holding it, running the ball. Everything was working for them. They just controlled the game from then on. And as far as the Lions offense went, one of the biggest things I was complaining while watching it live was just about how, oh shit, so we're going to run twice, pass on third down, and now we have to punt again. And the Lions are just
Punters.
Hey, he's back. Let's go back to the two.
They're punters.
No, so what I'm saying, did you catch any of that game? Because I know that was before the Bears game last week.
I caught a little bit.
So a lot of what I want to talk about in a minute here is because something that your Bears suffered from too. And I know when we had John Craig on here, he told me about this 538 article that I actually have linked in here that I found very interesting. I looked it up about the whole run first running to set up the pass stuff and how it's like a fallacy and how it doesn't work. Well, that's pretty much how the Lions did. So the Colts, and this is a known thing, the whole league knows, has a really good defense. So what do you do against a really good defense? You just run it into them for no like yardage pickup twice in a row, and then you're like 3rd down and 10, and then you're got to throw pass, which they're already playing you. You know, like they know that you have to get 10 yards, and they're playing it appropriately, and you have a harder time. We were, I think, 7 for 14 on 3rd down, so we actually did all right in that situation. But on our 4th downs, on our 3rd downs, we had an average of 10.07 yards to go on 3rd downs. We had 14 third downs to do, and that was our average. And that's because on the first half, it was like, run Adrian Peterson down the middle. Oh, they have a really good defensive line. No pickup. Run Adrian Peterson down the middle. Oh, no pickup because they have a good defensive line. I was actually joking. So I was watching that at John Craig's house. His wife's a Colts fan. And she was just like, oh, we're ahead. And I was like, well, now you got to worry because we might actually try using our advantage, which is our passing game. Our passing game works. For as long as I can remember, the Lions keeps trying to talk about how they're going to have this run-first identity. We are not a run-first team. We have our running game is a little bit better now that we can go against bad defense and maybe do this. But the thing I've been complaining about all year is, I almost said Nagy, Patricia is unable to adjust around simple, like, strengths and weaknesses. He's not realistic about what his team is. This is not what our team is. You can't force your team to be what it's not. And
yeah, like I was actually kind of curious as to why he didn't try to run Swift more. I mean, he only got 6 carries in the whole game.
Well, so Swift, number one, is not our number one running back, and every time they say shit all the time about like, oh, we want to give him more carries. And it's just like, well, if you want to give him more carries, give him more carries. You're in charge of that. You can actually fix that. Swift looks better. Also, though, what they were trying to do about going down the middle, Adrian Peterson's better down the middle. They had to abandon the run as they should have. I mean, but I guess my point is with this whole run first thing, I had like a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to pull up and I never had time for it. But like I read a couple articles and I linked them in here for you. Maybe I could put them on the page or something like that. But I would recommend checking them out because the 538 article that John recommended was specifically about the Seahawks last year. It was right after they lost their playoff game. And it was all about how the odds after run first went. And it pretty much definitively was talking about how running on first down is statistically the wrong move.
Okay.
And I don't know if they took it to heart, but if you look at not San Francisco, the Seahawks now, it looks like they're listening. They're finally letting Russ cook. They wanted to be this run first offense, and they realize what they are. They're not a run first team. They got a really good quarterback, and now they're running their team through their quarterback, which makes the defense actually a little bit more honest. It makes you think like, oh, what are we going to do? And you can run more successfully, all this stuff. The only people who shouldn't do this are people with really good running games. When people can just, like, honestly, when San Francisco's healthy, they can enforce their will on a team and they just run it down and it's just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It only works.
Or even Tennessee.
Yeah, or Tennessee. It only works if you have a really good run game. If you don't have a good run game, don't waste all your downs on trying to establish something that's not working. It's like when you have a 3rd and 10, you're going to fail. Period.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Anyways, that's our offense.
The percentages are against you.
Yeah, that's their offense. I guess what I would like to say about this, though, I only have a couple clips this time. Everyone wants to put on Stafford because every time they lose, it's all Stafford's fault. And he did have this bad interception right here where, like, they just totally jumped the route. And, like, I mean, that was a horrible interception. That was a pick 6.
That was good defense.
Yeah, they were sitting in the zone. They knew exactly where that play was going, and that put
kid
it up.
Studied his film.
But that was 4th down, and they had. I mean, the 4th quarter they were already up. That put them up 20, and it kind of put them out of reach when they were trying to come back.
That was a 4th down.
No, that wasn't 4th down. That was a 4th quarter, and I'm just saying that's when it started getting out of hand. Oh, we got a question. Hollywood, AB, John Brown, or Deontay Johnson PPR? Oh shit. Okay.
Deontay Johnson.
I'm trying to think of the matchups.
I don't know about the
Deontay Johnson. So where's the?
Got Dallas.
Oh,
got Dallas.
Yeah, but that might get out of hand.
Yeah, no, that's good.
No, not for
Dallas sucks, dude.
Also play Christian Kirk or Darnell Mooney. I think you're right to leave those out. I'm trying to look at the John Brown who they're playing real quick. Bills are playing Seahawks. Yeah, I'm saying John Brown. I knew for some reason in my head. Seahawks secondary is shit. Seahawks are going to put up points. Yeah, he says that boy's always injured. Yeah, that's true. And and there's too many mouths to fill in Pittsburgh. Like the thing with Pittsburgh, Deontay Johnson is like he's supposed to be the number 1, and before he was injured, he was definitely the number 1. And I think he will be the number 1 again. I mean, he only had 1 game back. I mean, but he kind of re-injured himself again.
He'll be fine.
I just like the way I see the Steelers going. The Steelers have an amazing defense. The Cowboys are starting. Like, who the fuck are they even starting? It wasn't even their second string. I think they're like going to third string now because the second string sucks so bad. There's a chance that it's just James.
And they lost linebackers.
It's like there's a chance it's James counter down the middle the whole time. And why would you even put the ball in the air? The game's over in exactly, the amount of time. Like, there's no timeouts or anything. I don't know. I don't feel Deontay Johnson.
It's Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, yeah, they do run the ball a lot, but there's still chances for airtime there. Yeah. Like, and they're going to take advantage of it because that's a good weakness for Dallas. Like, their weaknesses is more on the passing side than it is on the running game, defending the running game. So, like, I would lean more toward the passing if you're looking at it like that. Like, Dallas's passing defense is horrible.
All right.
Horrible. It's worse in the league.
So I'm going to go down the line again real quick. Hollywood, I wouldn't play just because the way that the Ravens have been playing. Hollywood is kind of an afterthought at this point. I think they should use him more.
Yeah.
I think he's dynamic.
Scratch him.
They're not using him. He's out.
No.
Antonio Brown has had, I think he's had 1 game in 2 years. I think he has like a total of maybe 4 receptions in 2 years.
Yeah,
he's like 32 years old. I'm not saying he's not going to have some good games in the future. I would like to see what he looks like before I risk a week on starting him. So,
and not only that, but he's only going to play max 30 snaps.
But that might be all it takes. I mean, Antonio Brown, when he was good, was the best. But, again, he's 32 years old coming off of – I mean, he's got to be a little rusty. And also, the last I seen, he was a little crazy. I mean, there was a reason.
He's still crazy. He's living with Tom Brady.
So last year he was signed by the Raiders and pretty much cut because they just couldn't handle him, and he was like freezing his foot off. And then he went to the Patriots after that before they had. Was there a stop in between? I feel like he was with the Bills for a second too.
No, it was death in between. He went through a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like attacked his.
But he only played one
game
game with the Patriots, if I remember correctly, and I think he had like 4 catches and it looked all right. And then it was like sexual harassment stuff. I don't know. I feel like he could possibly have some. I don't trust him week 1. I want to see what he looks like and what what Arians wants to do with them.
Like, how involved is he going to be?
Exactly, man. Like, with John Brown, I mean, John Brown's been injured his whole career, and he's coming back. But when he's in there, he is used. And honestly, beginning of the year when you were watching the Bills play, like Diggs is definitely the number 1. But it opened up Brown, and Brown opened up Diggs. Yeah. Like they complemented each other well, and I think that's part of the reason. If you look at the struggles of Allen right now, is because John Brown has been missing, and John Brown's supposed to be back. And if he's back, like he looked really, really good. I don't know. I think he could put it up, especially against the Seahawks, who once again the Bills have an all right defense. The Seahawks are going to score on them.
I'm going with Deontay, man.
I'm going with John Brown.
There you go.
So that's a 50-50 split. Yeah. Go with who you trust more, I guess.
Anybody against Dallas, man. Anybody against Dallas.
I'm telling you, like, why would you throw against Dallas? You don't need to. They're not.
Because you can. It's so easy to. That's why. They're not going to generate any turnovers on you. They're not. Like, they're bad. They're literally bad.
He said he just asked if Beasley cuts into John Brown's time. I don't think so. I think that Beasley. Yeah. I think Beasley's always been there. Beasley was actually getting decent. I mean, his whole career, even when he was with Dallas, Beasley always he's that seminal slot receiver. He is that trusty guy underneath. John Brown's not that. John Brown's on the outside. He's going to get his targets. He's there to stretch the field. John Brown's not I think he said PPR. John Brown's not that PPR play, but he gets his targets. And
when John Brown's playing, Beasley is only getting targeted the max 7 times.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good, but
especially the PPR. But
yeah, especially in PPR.
I don't know, John Brown. John Brown's good. I like John Brown. I've kind of always liked him his whole career.
Yeah.
I just feel like he can't stay on the field. But also, I mean, when he was asking about Deontay Johnson he hasn't really stayed on the field either. So I don't know. That's a tough one as far as the injuries go. But I'm just going straight on matchup. Seattle's a way better matchup in my opinion.
Okay.
I feel like you're correct though about the Cowboys. They have a horrible defense. Mm-hmm. But why are they even going? I don't see the Cowboys going to be able to even compete.
They're not going to compete. I mean, Cowboys are actually ranked right below the Bears, which is kind of weird. But they have. Check this out. Cowboys have had negative points in 4 fantasy football games. And less than their highest game was against Philly, where they scored 18 fantasy points against Philly.
But the biggest thing to know about the Cowboys is what they did in the beginning of the year and what they're doing now do not they have nothing to do with each other. As soon as they lost Prescott, they lost the ability to move on offense. Since then, they've lost more offensive linemen. They've lost their second string quarterback. Again, I'm not even sure if they're starting their third or fourth string quarterback this weekend. I got to look that up because their third string did not play well.
It's either going to be Cooper Rush or Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah.
So that's who's going to start for Dallas. So.
Yeah. So. I don't trust that. He's now asking.
Mount it up.
Yeah, he's now asking. Jamison Crowder plays. Do I play him versus New England? Jamison Crowder is an all right play. He's just on a shitty team.
He's going to be against Gilmore, so
is Gilmore Gilmore? I thought was injured. Is he? Hold on.
I don't think Stephon Gilmore's injured.
I know they were just trying to trade him, and there was no one taking it. Yeah, I mean, also, is Andy Dalton still injured? Because
yeah, Andy Dalton's not play. He's on COVID.
Yeah, Gilmore missed today's practice. You know what's weird? Like, I hadn't really looked into this game at all. This is starting to look to me as just like the Patriots have sucked the last few weeks. The Jets could really use a like a morale boost.
This could be one they could win.
Like most teams, like they just pull at least one win out of their hat. Like during their like, could this be this big upset to embarrass the Patriots? I know it's wishful thinking because I hate the Patriots, but
yeah, I don't know.
Man, I don't know. The Jets just look so bad. Like maybe they look better with Crowder back.
I mean,
I'm just afraid. I'm just afraid to like the Jets have scored. I would have to look up how many points, but they have not scored like the last bunch of weeks.
I don't know. The New England
they had 9 points last week. The week before that they had 10 points. The week before that they had 0 points. The week before that they had 10 points. I mean, if you see where I'm going here, when you're averaging less than 10 points a game, that's not. I mean, touchdowns are where your fantasy comes from. If someone's on the Jets scoring a touchdown, is probably Jamison Crowder because nothing's working for them.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I wouldn't risk it. If you got somebody else to play, plug
he
him
does
in.
like if he was already asking about, Hollywood, Antonio Brown, John Brown, Deontay Johnson, Christian Kirk, or Darnell Mooney, I'd play all those. I mean, spoiler alert, my deep sleeper this week is Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, I like Darnell Mooney.
This week, seriously, if you're talking about flex, I wouldn't start him. You got better wide receivers than this, but like the Titans have actually played the number one wide receivers really well this year. They have let a lot of points go to number 2, and I don't know if Darnell Mooney's moved up to number 2, but he's definitely.
Oh, he's number 2. He's number 2.
Okay, I trust you. You're the Bears aficionado, but I mean, like Miller's been dropping like crazy.
Yeah,
like hitting him right in the hands.
Yeah, he's inconsistent. Like he talks a big game, but he doesn't show up all the time. So I don't
know. I really like Mooney this week. He says, yeah.
Mooney's. I would plug in Mooney over Crowder this week.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Like with Crowder, I actually like Crowder with the Jets a little bit because he's by far their number 1. I don't think Crowder is a number 1. I think he's just the Jets' number 1. The Jets are horrible.
Yeah.
I don't like to trust bad teams.
Yeah. I don't like playing players on bad teams either. It just doesn't work out most of the time.
And I hate to do this to you, but then am I getting too up on Mooney because the Bears are a bad offense?
You know what? Like they are a bad offense, but like they had a really bad offense last game, and Mooney was able to pull off what did he have, like 8 points? Like, so he'll get you something.
All right, so you'll like this question. So you're a big Tanyan fan. That's not working out so far tonight. I'm actually curious. I'm going to quick click on that. Tanyan has 1 reception for 5 yards.
Glad I benched him this week.
Yeah. I benched Tanyan tonight for Reed, who has 1 reception for 3 yards, so not going much better for me.
So what's the question?
Tight ends rest of the season: Graham, Schultz, Logan Thomas, Jared Cook, or Ebron.
That's shitty.
I actually like Jared Cook out of those.
I like Cook too, but that's a really bad situation you got yourself in there.
See, Jared Cook, if you look at him, I just traded away Cook, but what I really liked about when I had Cook, he's almost like a guaranteed 7 points every week. He might get you a touchdown, but he is consistent. And sometimes with my tight end, consistency is everything, because a lot of these other guys, like Jimmy Graham, might give you like a 10, 15-point game some weeks. He'd give you a 0. I mean, a lot of those people too. Ebron's infamous his whole career for, shit in the bed every so often. Dalton Schultz, I liked him a lot when he had a quarterback. He does not have a quarterback. When he has a quarterback again, and I'm saying that very loosely because when Dalton comes back, I mean, it's still Andy Dalton. He's not like Schultz was great when Dak was there. Logan Thomas is on his way up. I don't know what to think about him yet.
Yeah, I like Cook, especially if Michael's playing. What's his name? The wide receiver.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who are you talking about?
Jared Cook, New Orleans.
Michael Thomas when he comes back?
If Michael Thomas is playing, I really like Cook because that really opens him up. Because Michael Thomas always takes the safety with him. So if Michael Thomas is playing, I'm definitely playing Cook all day. He has a lot of slant routes with New Orleans offense.
I also just think he's part of their game plan. And I feel like, I'm just looking up Logan Thomas's stats, and he's had a couple good games before his bye. But he's still only 4 targets a game, or 4 targets a game the last 4 games he's a part of the offense, and I think he's, working his way in. I feel like Jared Cook is he's the safe play. I feel like Logan Thomas, he might turn into something. He's 29 years old. I didn't know that. I guess I missed him the rest of his career.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, Jared Cook, I know he's older, but he's such a part of their offense that if you got a good team, that's safe points. If you need to, shoot for the moon or whatever, I guess go for one of those other guys. I feel like Graham's going to be targeted in the end zone a lot, so that's pretty much where you're going there.
Yeah,
Schultz,
Graham's is hit or miss.
Schultz shouldn't
Cook is sure points.
Schultz shouldn't even be rostered until Andy Dalton's back, in my opinion.
Yeah,
which he's coming off of a concussion and has COVID, so who knows when that will be. Ebron has been a disappointment. As a Lions fan, he's been a disappointment his whole career, except for that 1 year in Indy. But man, I remember I was in Ford Field watching the Lions, and Ebron caught it, and the crowd went crazy because he had not caught a ball in so long. He just kept dropping them and dropping them and dropping them. So take that with what you will.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So would you drop Tanyan for any of those? I feel like Tanyan has a possibility, but it looks like now that Adams is back, I don't know do you think his games were because Adams was gone?
Dude, the reason I like Tanyan is because in most fantasy formats, he's listed as a wide receiver and a tight end.
Actually, that was part of the reason I couldn't find his stats tonight when I was looking on Sleeper. Sleeper has him listed with the receivers, not the tight ends.
Yeah, well, Sleeper has him listed as a receiver and a tight end.
Right, but I'm saying in the game thing right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when the game, they'll have him listed with the wide receivers, in the game stats and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I like Tanyan, because you can plug him in at wide receiver if you desperately need to.
Right, but right now, Mercedes Lewis and Jay Sternberger both have as many targets in this game. So,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Tanyan, he had one big giant game, and he hasn't really done a whole lot after that. So, if you
I think
really want to drop him,
he was a part of it when Adams was out, and I guess last week.
Yeah, when Adams was out.
I'm looking at his stats now. He had 7 targets last week, or 2 weeks ago against Minnesota, but then before that was 2 targets, 4 targets. I mean, it's hit or miss. It's
in the 30-point game, he only had 6 targets.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't need a lot when you get 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
Yeah.
And, that was the tail end of a 3-game spread where he had at least had 1 touchdown. So he had 5 touchdowns in 3 games, and he really hasn't done a whole lot since then. So, I mean, if you look at his schedule, he's got San Francisco, Jacksonville, Indy, Chicago, Philly. There's a couple tough defenses in there for him. So maybe dropping Tanyan for somebody who has a better,
Yeah, I think
outlook.
I think I'm leaning towards Cook. I feel like Cook is just like he doesn't fail you. He might not win you the week, but like usually your tight end, unless you have Kelsey or like Waller or or Kittle. I mean, not Kittle anymore, but like unless you got one of those guys, you're just looking for some points every week. Try to fill in those boom plays with some other ones and just try to get some steady points. Jared Cook, I mean, he'll get you 7 points every week, I think.
Yeah, and he actually has a really favorable schedule. He's got, Tampa Bay this weekend. Then he's got San Francisco, Atlanta, Denver's a tough defense. And then he's got Atlanta again, then Philly, and then Kansas City. So
yeah, that's not bad at all. Jared Cook for sure.
Yeah, those last 3 games, which is probably your playoffs. Week 13 is Atlanta, week 14 Philly, week 15 Kansas City. Those are 3 good matchups. So I definitely lean Jared Cook now. Looking at that.
Yeah, that's a lot of. I hate the tight end position sometimes because if you don't have like the big guy, it screws you over. But like, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm kind of rethinking what my strategy is for tight end because I traded away Cook today in that trade that I swapped out for Waller, and Waller is obviously the better of the two. But if I didn't do that, I think I would have probably been all right with Cook for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Waller's a good pickup.
Well, I think he's the number 1 target on that team. That's the reason I went for it.
Mm-hmm. No, and he's gonna have some bomb ass games too.
Cool.
Like he's gonna be good.
New question. PPR suggests 1 flex out of Melvin Gordon, Chase Claypool, or Hollywood Brown, or Jerry Jeudy.
Chase Claypool, Dallas. Another matchup.
I feel like my argument with you is how many points. Like,
I think Pittsburgh's gonna have a 40-point plus game.
I feel like this is a run game for them so much.
Nope. I'm telling you, man, Pittsburgh's going to snap. Ben Roethlisberger's going to have 400 yards. He's going to throw 4 touchdowns. One of them is going to be to Claypool. 2 of them to Deontay Johnson. And the other one's going to be to James Conner.
I guess with me, like obviously, I'm against Brown against the Colts. Got a good defense. I think that's a play the under almost on that game.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Brown completely out. Melvin Gordon's going to get his carries, but I also feel like Lindsey's been playing good enough that I don't feel confident in starting Gordon necessarily compared to the upside of the other plays. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, really, Melvin Gordon could be a safe play if the team doesn't believe what I just said about Lindsey.
Well, Denver's playing Atlanta, so that could be a good game.
Well, yeah, but at that argument, though, is what's really been working on Atlanta has been the secondary, and Jerry Jeudy is one of the other ones he's asking about, and Jerry Jeudy looks like he's quickly becoming the number 1 on the team, even over Noah Fant. So
yeah, Noah Fant's been fucking bombing for me.
So like out of those, I almost feel like I'd feel better about putting up Jerry Jeudy because even though the Broncos do have a good defense, Atlanta keeps putting up points. That's what they're known for.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like Jeudy. I understand your argument on Claypool, but I guess I guess the big thing is what you believe the narrative of that game is going to be. You are correct. Chase Claypool could completely destroy Dallas's secondary. The question is, do you think that's the way that Mike Tomlin's going to play it? Do you think that he's going to? He's been known to just move people right down people's throats up when they're an inferior opponent.
Mm-hmm. You're right, but I think this is the game where he does not do that. I mean, dude. Hold on, I'm pulling up their rushing stats right now. Like,
well, Connor's been out. I think he.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's been in. I'm sorry.
He's gonna play. Yeah, he's gonna play. He's been playing injured here and there, but he's gonna play. Okay.
Man, I can't. Are you just being like? I keep looking down at this game score, and it's 31-3, and it's just like I don't even know what to do anymore.
I turned the game off, and I'm looking at stats from other shit. I'm not even watching that fucking piece of shit. I'm so mad that they're winning by that much. It's stupid. I'm not watching that. I'd rather watch the election shit over here.
You still got that on?
Yeah, I got it on my projector.
Dude, they'll tell you when it's done.
It's pretty wild, bro. It's
what there's like big highlights going on over there.
Shit's too close, man. Shit is too close.
I feel like football is more entertaining than watching entertaining even in a blowout than just the. So they called it yet? No, I guess this has been going on for 30 days now.
It's just gonna go into the weekend watch.
It will.
Oh,
anyways, going back to what we said, sorry, Blue Crew. I say Jerry Jeudy. He says Chase Claypool. I kind of want to make a bet with you about a Chase Claypool.
$1 bet.
I'm trying to think of the way I wanted to bet because we were suggesting Tristan. You said Deontay Johnson. I said John Brown, and now you're saying Chase Claypool, and I'm saying Jerry Jeudy. I would like to say that I bet Jerry Jeudy plus John Brown is a higher point total than John.
Deontay and Claypool.
Claypool. Yeah, I forgot which way I already said.
I'll take that for $1.
Man, $2.
$2. Okay,
there you go.
$2.
Write that down.
All right. I'm gonna write it down right here. Hold on.
I'm betting I win that though.
I'm gonna write that in our bets.
I literally just bet I win that.
All right. So go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, I'll go back to my Lions news stuff. But okay. So pretty much, I think I showed this nasty ass interception where it's just like, sucker. And then later in the game, or earlier in the game, I'm sorry, time warp. Here's Stafford, the offensive line, just not holding up, strip sack. I don't place that on him. Those 2 turnovers were like instrumental to us losing by so much. But like the thing that I just cannot get over with arguing with other Lions fans is everyone's just like, it's Stafford's fault. It's Stafford's fault. The defense, our defense is one of the worst defenses in the NFL right now. And our coaching does not trust Stafford enough to actually carry the team. So we have to wait until almost the fourth quarter that he actually attempts anything. Almost all of our yardage was in the fourth quarter. And like, this is the only positive play I'm going to show from that whole game. Cause this is, Blue Crew says, I'll take that bet $3 LOL. Say whatever side, and we'll see if we'll take it.
Who did you have, Cody? What did you have?
I said Jerry Jeudy and John Brown, and then you said Chase Claypool and
okay, I got that.
Yeah, and Deontay Johnson. Cool. So yeah, Blue Crew, which side do you want?
Did he say?
He hasn't said yet, but if he actually wants to take that, I'll totally Venmo him.
Me too.
He wants the Claypool side? Oh, so you got to do that then.
What's he got?
He's taking the Chase. He's taking the Steelers side.
All right. What's his name?
Oh wait, no. So I'm against that. So Blue Crew. So yeah, I will totally Venmo you $3 next week if the Steelers side wins. check back.
Yeah, check back with us, caller.
I don't care. I'm like actually up a lot right now from all my bets on actual games. So I'll make stupid bets now. I put in $25 at the beginning of the year and I'm like close to 300 now. So it's like, whatever, bet it.
Yeah, I'm at 220 right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, but
I started the season with 50.
So real quick, I just wanted to go back. So we're doing the Lions news. We were down by a lot, and offensive line isn't holding up. And then just watch. This is what Stafford's capable of if the Lions just would trust him. So you see the pocket starts collapsing. Oh shit! He runs out of the pocket. Crap. Notice he's at the 15-yard line. Look at the air time. Hits him at the other 25-yard line. That is the longest air yards this season on a pass.
Sweet. That was pretty sweet.
That's what Stafford's capable of. We do not design plays like that anymore. We don't, we called him up last season sometimes. I don't know what the hell we're doing. We're trying to run Adrian Peterson up the fucking middle.
Yeah, I don't get that.
All right, we got a new one on YouTube. It says, this is ICELWC, is asking, I am starting Damian Harrison over Zach Moss this week in PPR. Oh, am I doing that?
Damian Harrison's with New England, right?
Yeah. Zach Moss is... I actually have Zach Moss. Oh, I just traded Zach Moss away today, actually. Wait, no, or did I? Oh, crap. I had him in 2 leagues. I don't remember. No, I didn't trade him away. That was a different trade offer I had. So I still have him in 2 leagues.
I'm going Damian Harrison.
Yeah.
They're playing the Jets.
Oh, that's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget everything I was about to say. Start Damian Harris, the fucking Jets.
Yeah.
The Jets are just such a joke.
You got to play anybody against the Jets because it's the Jets.
The Jets are a joke right now. I do think that, once again, though, the Bills do have a good matchup against Seahawks. The Seahawks defense isn't there. What I was going to say, though, about Zach Moss is, because I do have him in the 2 teams, if you watch, he is starting to get more and more, I feel like he's still 50-50 with Singletary on carries but he seems like he's getting more trusted, and he's 100% more productive. I don't know, 100. I'm just throwing numbers out now. But he looks like the better back at this point, and I can't help to think that here it is, week 9. We have, the second. They have 8 more games to go as the NFL. This is halfway through their season. The Bills are 6-2. They're on path to win their division. I think that the switch over to Zach Moss is coming soon. I think that they're still going to use Singletary, but Moss just looks like the better back to me right now.
Yeah, I'm high on Zach Moss. I like Zach Moss too. I just think he's still going to be splitting carries. I think you're a better option. Damian,
for New this England, week, yeah, I agree. Damian Harris, but I'm saying Zach Moss, I think has a good future.
Yeah, I like Damian.
I can't argue. Against anyone against the Jets. I know this is countering what I was just saying against the Cowboys, but this is a running back against a shitty defense versus with the Cowboys, where it's just I don't see reason why they're going to pass as much.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page there, Cody.
That being said, I still for some reason have this weird feeling like the Jets might pull an upset this week. I might see what the line is on that and just bet the straight up line on that if it's a.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be awesome, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
What? It's like a $1 or $2 bet, screw it if if it's a good enough line. The Patriots have been a hot mess the last few weeks, and I'm not sure if this is a get right game or
what is the line for that? I'll tell you right now. It's -7.5. -7.5 for the Patriots.
Man, fucking Green Bay just scored another field goal, just insult to injury. It's 54-yarder.
Stop telling me about the game. I don't care about that game anymore. Fucking really.
Would this cheer you up? Would this cheer you up if I just said?
Green Bay, you can go fuck yourself. Green Bay, you can go fuck yourself.
Melissa just looked at me all funny.
Hi, Melissa.
Said, okay. Cody says hi. She said hi and rolled her eyes at me. She said yo.
Yo. All right, I'm going to go back to the Lions stuff. I got sidetracked. All right, so we got no Galladay this week. We already talked about Jones taking over, but honestly, the people, if you're in deep leagues to look at, is Marvin Hall, who in every game last year was pretty much like a one-target person, but actually even before Galladay went out is getting more and more a part of it. He was the one who just caught that giant, awesome catch in the clip I just played. He's going to be a part of that. So keep an eye on him if you're in a deep league, because they're probably going to try to they're going to have to go back to him, and they're going to try to get him involved because he is fast. The other guy to be watching is Quintez Cephas, who's a rookie this year. When Galladay was out earlier this season, this is his second injury. He had a hamstring injury earlier. He was a prime beneficiary of those targets. He didn't do a lot with it, but he's a rookie. They're kind of bringing him in. They're teaching him the routes. They're teaching him the plays. If Stafford's out, obviously don't listen to any of this. You don't start anyone with Stafford out. But that being said, if Stafford's in, those, daily fantasy, whatever, those might be some fun names to try, because they're going to pass it around. They're going to need to pass. We have a shitty running game. Last thing I want to say about the offense.
And they're cheap.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say about the offense is part of it is our offensive line. And part of the reason is almost every game we shift around our offensive line players, not even because of injury necessarily, even though like a couple of our players have been injured here and there. We cannot decide who we want to play guard versus tackle, what side, and we just keep switching them around. Probably not the best idea. I don't know. I know I'm not a coach. I'm not playing here in the NFL or anything like that. But at some point, you might want to settle on something and get some chemistry there, because it's obviously not working. Lions defense sucks. I'm not sure if you know that. We also just lost Trey Flowers, who was our best player. He's now on IR. He's out for at least 3 weeks. Luckily, we just traded for Everson Griffin. He was not supposed to be an every down player. He was supposed to be kind of a spell. He's actually a decent pass rusher in his prime. He's been multiple Pro Bowls. He has
real good pass rusher.
We talked about him last week when we made the trade about how many times he has sacked Stafford. I don't have that stat with me still, but he was supposed to be a situational player. But now that Trey Flowers out, it sounds like he's going to be thrust right in and be forced to, play a lot more snaps than he needs to, and he's a little bit older, so we'll see how that goes. Jeff Okudah, I feel like I talk about him every week. He was our first round draft pick. I just found this stat and I thought it was interesting. He's a cornerback. The week 1, he was not started. So just remember that, week 1, we lost Justin Coleman. We lost, Desmond Trufant. We lost pretty much all of our corners mid game. So week 2, he had to, take over and immediately had us, I think, was that? Oh, that was Devontae Adams. So week 2, he had to play Devontae Adams. That was his first game in the NFL. And so the first 3 weeks, he was the second lowest rated rookie cornerback on Pro Football Focus. Weeks 4 through 8, he is now the 3rd highest. So, Blue Crew is asking, who can I trade Zeke for or keep him? My other 2 running backs are Gordon or Camara. Here's the problem with Zeke. You can't do shit with him. And that's the honest guy's truth. He is a really good running back. I would say shop him, but you can't take anything less than like second rounder or like that value equipped for him, because he could still come back.
Might be able to,
go ahead. What?
You might be able to trade him for Kenyon Drake.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is Zeke is
that's like a lateral move.
He's such a big name. He's not going to perform with, as long as he has no offensive line and no quarterback, he's not going to perform well. But you're not going to get his name worth it. And if you're still alive with Zeke on your team come the playoffs, by then he might have Andy Dalton back and a couple more of his offensive linemen.
Yeah, I would tell you to aim at trading Zeke to one of the dumbest players in your fantasy league. The one guy who's not paying attention, but he knows Ezekiel Elliott's name.
Hey, let's hear it for garbage time touchdowns. Richie James. All right. Who had him starting tonight?
Nobody. He's going to be a waiver wire pickup. Watch. But yeah, trade Zeke to the stupidest team in your fantasy league, and you might get something in return. You're probably not going to get a running back that's worth starting, but maybe you can get a wide receiver you can throw in your flex or something like that.
My thing is, don't trade him away for nothing just because he's underperforming. I do think he's going to have good games. I unfortunately think that he's a flex play at this point. Like he's at best. The Cowboys are just, I mean, especially this week, I wouldn't start him against the Steelers defense. Are you fucking kidding me? The Steelers defense was just like, they're going to bottle him up. They're going to play 6-man, 8-man boxes.
Yeah.
They're
going to fuck up Dallas. Dallas is going to get fucked up.
Like, I don't even want to watch that game.
I do. It's going to be painful. It's going to be great watching Dallas just fall apart again.
But Zeke is still fucking Zeke, and I think he's going to have some good games. He just needs, number one, a couple more of his offensive linemen back, and then number two, Andy Dalton there. If Andy Dalton's there, they got enough wide receivers that maybe, just maybe, against the right defense, you can have some good games. Oh, yeah. Dude, I don't even have to ask you this because I know your answer, except for I don't actually maybe, whatever. He was offered Montgomery for Zeke. What are your thoughts?
Oh, if somebody gives you Montgomery for Zeke, you take it. Like, fuck yeah. Montgomery's he's averaging over 10 points a game. Like, he's doing better than Zeke is right now.
This is where we're at in the season? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Montgomery's not doing great. Don't get me wrong. I was bitching about the Bears' run games, but he's getting
literally
points.
Every one of the carries, though. That's the thing I hate about Montgomery is, as bad as he is, he's getting against New Orleans, he got you 11 points, which whatever. That was on 21 carries because no one else is fucking carrying it. Yeah. So the problem with Montgomery is you got Tennessee this week, Minnesota, then a bye.
Yeah.
After that, you actually have a pretty decent schedule. You got Green Bay, who's been actually pretty bad against running backs, except for tonight. Detroit, who's been god-awful against running backs. Houston's been bad. Minnesota's been, whatever. I think you could actually pull it off. Then Jacksonville for the championship. That's actually not a bad, if you're going to make the playoffs, Week 16 against Jacksonville, that's not a bad play. Don't mind that. It's just,
I don't know.
It's the name brand thing. I don't like giving up Ezekiel Elliott.
I would do that. I would do that for Montgomery because Zeke not only is he in Dallas, but he's got Pittsburgh this week, Minnesota next week, or after the bye on week 11.
Oh, so both of them have buys coming up.
Yeah. Washington is tough D, and then Baltimore, then Cincinnati, then San Francisco again.
Baltimore and San Francisco.
Schedule. Yeah, Zeke has the tougher schedule.
Actually, I forgot Washington's actually really good now too.
Yeah, their defense is stud, man. Their defense is stud. So Montgomery's schedule is a little bit better than Zeke's.
It's just Zeke is such a better player.
Yeah, right now only against bad teams.
No. I'm saying in a vacuum, if he still had Dak Prescott and he still had an offensive line, we wouldn't even have this conversation. This is like hands down, night and day. Yeah, Zeke is like a different class running back than Montgomery.
Honestly, I might even hold off on this trade until maybe Andy Dalton gets back.
But that's my thing is I think Ezekiel Elliott with Andy Dalton might be different.
It's not going to be great. It's not going to be Dak in Elliott, but it's going to be a little better. He'll average 15 points a game, maybe.
I mean, let's go back to what we were just talking about your team, though. Okay, so we have it right here in your show notes. Now I'm going to go back to your team. So right now, the Bears' offensive line has Charles Leno as the only one of the regular starting 5 that were able to practice. You got Daniels out for the rest of the season. You got Whitehair on COVID. You got Spriggs COVID. You got Jermaine Ifedi COVID.
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
then,
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So you got 2 bad offensive lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Montgomery's whole fantasy football career has been people talking about how great of opportunities he has. He has no one competing for carries, but he doesn't have a lot of production. He doesn't have a lot of production ever.
Well, because he has no time to do it. He's in his same
right. But we're not talking about like this as your team. We're talking about realistic fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
And just looking at the games, he's had 2 games I would consider really good. He had against the New York Giants, who suck. He had a 20-point game, and then against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which actually have a decent one, he had 15 points, partially because of a touchdown, partially because of 8 receptions and that PPR points.
Yeah.
So, other than that, he had 2 11-point games, and then the rest are single digits. No. Ezekiel Elliott might actually just be worth holding on for the chance that the team gets better.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm with that too. I would hold on to Zeke one more week, see what happens when Andy Dalton gets back, after the bye. And
he's just such a better player.
He's a much better player, yeah. But the thing is, he's on the same kind of shitty team that the Bears got right now with the offense. To be honest, I don't really trust Dallas's coach. What's his face?
The Packers' old coach?
Yeah. He's very dull and boring. So I don't see them utilizing Zeke unless they could get that passing game going, which is I don't believe it's going to because their offensive line sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's a flip, but I would hold on to Zeke at least 2 more weeks.
I think Zeke has more upside. Montgomery probably will. Montgomery's going to probably continue being about where Montgomery is.
No.
I do like his schedule, though. I think that if you could trade something else for Montgomery, I would take it. But I feel like Zeke might be high. Maybe if you could. Go ahead.
Here's a thought. Maybe he can try to trade him for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think that would be a good sneaky.
What I was going to say is see who else is on the Montgomery owners team. Maybe try to do a package deal where you get a slightly better wide receiver, like an upgraded wide receiver with it too. So you get Montgomery plus a upgrade at wide receiver.
Yeah, you can go that way too.
We just got this comment on YouTube said someone was like, I was thinking about playing Richie James, but ESPN said he's banged up and don't bother. Well,
my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. We spent the whole beginning of the show talking about how just how messed up the 49ers are and how we don't know where we even go on that. So
that motherfucker has 169 yards. Holy shit.
But again, what we're talking about is who they go to throw to, and everyone was out except for because Jordan Reed didn't pan out. But yeah,
wow.
I guess the answer, hindsight's beautiful, was Richie James. We didn't see that coming either.
Nobody did.
Damn, that is 26 points in our league.
Richie James.
Rick James, bitch.
Rick James.
Yeah, apparently he was targeted 7 times. The next...
No, 11.
11 times. 7 for 11. The next closest is 1 for 4, and the next closest is 0 for 2. And then Jordan Reed, for some odd reason, 1 for 2. I don't know if he got re-injured. That would be totally a Jordan Reed thing to do.
Yep. Sounds like him.
Yep.
How about that Mason Crosby fucking kickers, man?
What a game.
Anyways, whatever. Did you finish your Lions news?
No. We got some questions in there. I guess all I was going to say, whatever. I'll just speed through this. Special teams, meh, whatever. Who wants to talk about that?
No.
It's still our next game. We got Minnesota. The The biggest thing I wanted to talk about, I haven't looked at it recently, but earlier today I double-checked because yesterday I checked after Stafford was designated with COVID, he could still possibly play this weekend. As of right now, on both DraftKings and FanDuel sports books, you cannot bet on this game. It's not listed. Now, I don't know if that's fixed since we started in the show, but I just found that kind of interesting. I think that... Are you talking to your wife over there?
Yeah, she's like... She looks like she's done with life.
Uh-oh.
She's looking at the election. She's totally like stressed out about it.
It's not happening tonight?
Want to say hi? Want to say hi to the camera?
Not like this, I don't.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. Not like this. I don't.
She looks a hot mess.
Yeah. But anyways, you forget.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that didn't play.
What play?
There it is.
Oh. Oh, I'm smoking pot now because I'm out of liquor.
I'm not doing anything because I'm out of everything and I don't want to run to the fridge. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I feel like the Lions, Minnesota's been sucking. Lions can compete if they have Stafford. If not, take Minnesota for sure. Like, they're going to run all over. Dalvin Cook looked great last week. I don't see how Lions defense can stop him. The only hope we would have if we have Stafford to throw on him. So, fuck that. That's the Lions. Oh, I guess it's time on here. Do you want to do a quick commercial break? I might actually pee and grab a beer. Are we at 3 hours already?
We are? No, we're not.
We're totally at 3 hours. Screw it. We're not doing a commercial break this week. Check out Reboots and Dragons. Let's speed through this. All right.
All right. Let's go through the Mitch bet.
So we have every week we check back in on our Mitchell Trubisky, Matthew Stafford bet. Obviously, that's been going in my favor because Trubisky hasn't played since week 3.
I know, so that fucks me up.
He got 0.3 points this week for you, so
he's on his way back.
Right now, I'm winning.
Stafford has COVID, so he might miss a game, so that helps me a little bit.
Right now, I'm winning 152-60.
Yeah.
I believe Stafford gets back before Trubisky with his shoulder injury. So
yeah, probably will.
I have to do this because I do this. Welcome to Up Downside.
I started sketching something, but I'm not happy with it. But I'll get it for you.
Up Downside is where we just pick a bunch of players every week and we bet if they're going to be above or over or under against what their projected scores are in the official Set Your Lineup League, which is half-point PPR.
Yeah. So last week, I was 5-5. Cody was 6-4. I'm not going to go through all of those because, it's a few minutes. So I'm going to go straight into our week 9 picks. Okay, Cody.
Okay.
Kylie. I was about to say Kylie. Kyler Murray versus Miami's projected at 26.44. I took the over. Cody took the over. I think this is going to be a good matchup for him.
See, my problem is I actually originally picked under, but I'm also starting them in my league. Actually, both of my sleeper leagues. My big thing is I don't feel confident about this just because Miami's defense is sneaky good right now. That being said, Kyler Murray gets these runs that just gives him a low floor, and I had to just take the over. But watch out for that one.
Yeah. Cam Newton at New York Jets. He's projected at 23.
Jerick McKinnon, garbage time touchdown.
I took the over. Cody took the under. I kind of wanted to take the under too, but I was like, I got to take the
It's
over.
a lot of points, and I want to take the under on total points on this game this week.
Yeah. Running back, Le'Veon Bell versus Carolina. He's projected at 8.0. I took the over, and so did Cody.
I just feel he could fall in the end zone and get that.
Yeah. I think he's going to have at least 60 yards and a bunch of catches. I don't know. I think he's going to do good. David Johnson at Jacksonville. He's projected at 12.56. We both took the over on this one. I just think they're going to have a lot of opportunities because Jacksonville is starting a rookie quarterback. Wide receivers, Allen Robinson. At Tennessee, he's projected at 13.77. I'm taking the under. Cody's also taking the under.
Because like I said earlier, man, I think this is Mooney's game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mooney's game too. Wide receiver for Detroit. And you saw how I did that, Cody? It's like Chicago, Detroit, Chicago. I'm going to try to do that at least once a week.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Marvin Jones at Minnesota. He's projected at 11.38. I took the over, and Cody's taking the over only if Stafford plays. You got to stop doing that. It's either over or under, motherfucker.
No, because I can. So that's
you can't
Sunday.
Throw asterisk in there.
We're doing a show
like,
now. No, you could do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we have until Sunday to know this. I'm not playing. I'm not starting Marvin Jones with what's his Charlie Daniels. What's his name? Chase
Daniels. Chasey face. Yeah. All right. Tight end Mark Andrews at Indiana. He's projected at 10.09. Again, we both took the under. What the fuck, Cody? You're supposed to pick something different.
Well, the Colts have a really good defense. I just watched them in person last week. The only thing that gave me pause on that is there was I think that Hockenson had 10 receptions last week, which if they targeted Andrews as much as we did Hockenson, that didn't net a lot of yards. But that was our game plan. I don't know. Like they still held Hockenson to a mediocre, outing.
Yeah. Next up, tight end Hayden Hurst versus Denver. 8.63 is what he's projected at. And again, Cody, you took the under with me. What the fuck?
I don't trust
fucking
it.
Fucked up. You're supposed to pick something else. Come on. In our flex position, we got DJ Shark.
Now, don't get mad at me for picking the under on this one with you because you're picking someone with the third string rookie quarterback for me to bet on. Like, I'm not going to take that.
Yeah. Okay. We both took the under on that in case you didn't realize it.
Yeah, DJ Shark has been kind of questionable the last few weeks anyways.
Yeah, yes. And then for our Thursday night game, of course, Cody picked the Packers. He's probably going to win that. I don't see a
Why?
comeback.
Because there's 2 seconds left of the game and the Packers scored twice as many points?
Yeah. So I don't see that happening, and I picked the 49ers, so I'm probably going to lose that one already. And then we go down to our deep sleeper picks, everybody. And last week, I think we both failed on it.
Well, no, Kendrick Bourne had a good game.
What do you have last week? I don't know.
Oh, we got a real quick question before we get out of here. Blue Crew is asking PPR rest of season upside for Allen Lazard. I feel like tonight was Valdez Scantling. He said just a fluke. I agree. Allen Lazard is the number 2. Valdez Scantling will always get targets, and there will be weeks that Lazard will let you down. But rest of the season, Lazard is the one. I mean, he just came off of injury. Let me quick peek here. I don't know what he was targeted tonight. I don't think he was targeted.
Really?
Was he active? I don't know if he was active, but yeah. Valdez Scantling has not been reliable a lot of times for Rodgers in a way that Lazard has. I think Rodgers actually trusts Lazard better. I would 100% take Lazard over Valdez Scantling even after 2 touchdown games. I mean, it's still Valdez Scantling only had 2 catches. They just happened to both be touchdowns. So, I mean, yeah. So rest of the season, Allen Lazard, did that give you enough time to pick your deep sleeper for the week?
No.
But it did give you enough time to realize that, yes, my deep sleeper got 12 points last week, so mine hit. So props to me. And this week, I feel pretty confident, man. Darnell Mooney, this one, I'm telling you, 10 points. Pencil it in.
I'm gonna say. Wait a minute.
I also picked Darnell Mooney partially because I thought you would pick Darnell Mooney, and I wanted to get into the show doc before you picked it.
No, I wasn't gonna pick Darnell Mooney.
Oh, really? You don't like the?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from all the Bears. Go ahead. You pick Darnell Mooney. That's who you picked for?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to change it now.
No, you shouldn't. I'm gonna pick Trey Burton.
Oh, the ex-Bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Trey Burton, just because I think they're not gonna be able to do anything against Baltimore, and I think they're gonna be checking down to this guy a lot. So that's where I'm going with this pick.
I mean, those are supposed to be deep sleepers, so I mean that's a good deep sleeper. Trey Burton had a couple good games this year so far, so I can see it happening. Darnell Mooney's looked all right, so I feel good with those.
Yeah.
We did it, man. That was a long one. That was 3.5 hours.
Wow. We were supposed to make our shows shorter. What happened?
Yeah,
to
I don't know what
us?
happened either, but hey.
I think I'm gonna blame it on COVID.
Yeah, it's a COVID. The COVID news was, I mean, seriously,
I'm blaming
we
it on COVID.
rushed through the COVID news and it still took like a half an hour. There's just too many people.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Pay attention that Baltimore COVID thing, because I think that one's going to be the big one. But like, man, too many COVID news.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
But,
well,
yeah.
anyways, thanks for watching. Whoever's still watching.
Thank you, everybody. See you
and-
next week.
Yeah, we'll be back next week for the very special. It's going to be his birthday special.
Yeah, and it's Colts Titans. Maybe we'll get Drew to call in with us.
Oh, that'd be fun. All right. See you
Yeah.
next week. Bye.
Peace out.
Thank you for watching Set Your Lineup. Theme song is This Winter by Shadowmaster MC. You can buy that whole album on Bandcamp. shadowmastermc.bandcamp.com. For tacos, call Otto at Estrella Negra. Estrella Negra is at the corner of Western and Fullerton in Chicago. Set Your Lineup, a Something Street Studios production.